shit.
Oh,
You pull it off.
You pull it off better.
You pull it off.
Definitely better than I do.
You look good.
Tommy, you look the worst.
Yeah, let me. I mean, there's no way I look as good as Klemmer just did.
It's too
A little tight.
Yeah, no shit.
It's a little tight.
Wait, Tommy, try this.
Sorry.
Oh no, Tommy in a trucker
Holy
hat.
cow.
That's actually not
That looks
bad.
good.
It's okay, trucker hat's not terrible.
I just did the whole
It doesn't.
podcast
Come
thing.
on, guys. He doesn't look good.
That's good for
Way
him.
better.
Well, now it's worse. You had a good.
I think the rounder the brim,
Your head is just shaped. You have a narrow head.
It doesn't make sense. My head.
I think the more arc in the brim,
My head
the better
game
you
kinda
look.
go crazy though.
Yeah, your head game is nuts.
All right, we good to go, Gooch?
Yeah, we're recording.
Let's just keep that right into the intro, I think. We'll start with that. Welcome to the bracket, episode 61. Today we're doing best toys. We have Marty Mush on for this one. I think we have an eclectic crew. We also have, almost forgot to introduce Klemmer.
Hello.
Klemmer's going to be our, I think, the oldest person, maybe. How old
You
are
could just end the sentence there.
How old are you,
He's
Nick?
the oldest person on earth.
How old are you, Nick? I forget.
30.
I'm oldest by over a decade. For real. I'm 43.
Klemmer is 793
Old year.
years old.
How old do you think I am?
Well, you put your hand up, so I would have said like 32, but maybe 35.
36, gonna be 37 next week. Clemmer's older than AIDS, we found out today.
You're older than AIDS?
Yeah,
God.
I'm older than 8. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
That's so sick.
That's so old.
That's like a good insult. You're old as AIDS,
Nope.
dude.
That's what Spider said. And I said actually I'm older than.
What was that like when that hit the scene?
Yeah, we had to watch a ton of made-for-TV movies in like secondary grade about how don't be scared of people with AIDS and like you can hug them but if anyone bleeds in the playground you have to run away from them. That was like a big thing. If anyone bleeds in the playground, it was like nope.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're the first person on the podcast, I believe, that predates AIDS.
What was the Great Depression like as well?
It was sad, but I mean it only affected only a quarter of the country was unemployed. So the rest of us were fine.
You had to have fucking flipped when that rock was moved from Christ's tomb.
I didn't believe it at first. It was exciting, but honestly, after the 3 days, after a week, you move on.
What did it feel like waking up and your gills were gone? You had to go to land.
The primordial soup.
Third wheeling with Adam and Eve.
Picture of Adam.
Put some clothes on already.
What was it? The third? Who's the third man's name? Or what was the third man's name?
Seth or
Seth.
Abel or something.
Cain, Abel, Seth.
I mean, it could have been a Chris. I wouldn't have.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't have doubted it. This episode is sponsored by Manscaped. Breaking news: Manscaped now sells beard products. That's right. They are once again revolutionizing men's grooming with the brand new Beard Hedger Pro Kit. From beard trim to a fresh shave, the technology behind the Beard Hedger Pro Kit allows you to shape your signature beard look. It's time to tame your mane. No one likes a weird beard. I like this. A lot of rhymes today. So say goodbye to your stubble trouble. Fuck, the third one. With Manscaped Pro Beard Kit. It all starts with the Beard Hedger, this electronic beard hair trimmer. It's a premium beard sculpting machine, cordless trimmer with a rotary wheel that has 20 hair cutting lengths, all with one guard, so that no more messy drawers filled with extra add-ons. Plus, it's waterproof, so you can shave in the shower. For post-trim hygiene, the kit includes a beard shampoo and conditioner specifically designed to moisturize, reduce ingrown hairs, and replace natural oils to promote beard health. There's beard oil that relieves dryness both in the beard and the skin beneath, and beard balm, a pomade that shapes, styles, moisturizes, and tames for a sculpted look. Get 20% off and free shipping with code LIGHTS at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code LIGHTS. Thanks to Manscaped. All right, we got our first matchup of the day. And as we go through this, I'll note ahead of time, we'll go through what the definition of a toy is, I guess. Because different people have different definitions of it, I think, just based on early conversations of it.
You know when there's graffiti wars between two street artists and your graffiti's bad, they write toy over top of it in spray paint, getting toyed in graffiti. It's the biggest insult in graffiti culture. Yeah.
So why not just do it on every one of your rivals?
I tried to do graffiti once and I wrote it. I did it in college and somebody toyed me and I never did it again.
Wow.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Someone I know, he tagged a very large football player's car, and that football player suplexed him in the middle of the cafeteria, like right in front of everyone.
Oh, goddamn.
And just threw him over his back.
Yeah, I guess that's deserved.
Yeah.
What'd you tag?
So everybody chooses a word that you want to like go under. So like everybody has their own, you see multiple of the same word around. That's the same person. And
You mean like a name? What do you mean?
what?
Like a one thing they always do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But it's not your name.
No. So I chose the word swims because it's the longest word in English that's legible completely upside down.
Okay.
And so I would draw like a smiley face above it and then an upside down smiley face below it. So it kind of showed that.
And they just hit you with a toy?
Yeah, they toyed me.
That's kind of fire, though.
Thanks, dude.
Swims is pretty sick.
Yeah, isn't that a cool name?
I think you should get back on the horse.
I might have to.
Are you a good
Nicky
swimmer?
swims.
I can swim, but I'm not a great swimmer. It was just more because of the flip of the word.
Who do you think here's the worst swimmer, Cheah? Not in this room, in the office. I'm curious where you go with this.
Would have to be Zara Troops.
Doug has said he's a very good swimmer.
Oh, fat
Oh,
people are
so-
good swimmers.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
I guess they're more buoyant.
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
You forgot Ebony.
Ebony probably isn't good.
That's what I thought Cheah was going to go to first, but yeah. All right, the first matchup of the day is number 12 seed versus the 5. The 12 is just the bike. The bike, we talked about it a little bit earlier.
I don't think it's a toy.
I don't think that's a toy either.
So if you're using it to go to A to B, it's not a toy. If you're using it to do tricks, do BMX, go off a fucking ramp with your friends, it's a now.
I think that's more sports equipment then.
I don't even think that's really like sporty. Like you could call half the things that you do with a toy as like sport, basically.
If it's sold at Dick's Sporting Goods, it's not a toy.
But you open it up on
Like
Christmas.
a baseball.
It's also sold at Toys R Us.
Yeah, you open it up on Christmas. It's a big deal. It's a big toy.
Yeah.
Like Christmas morning when you're 7 or 8, you get a bike. It's a big deal.
I guess, yeah.
I think if it's sold at Toys R Us, we can consider it a toy. No,
Toys I have
like
to
that.
pick
Yeah.
with my hands.
No, I think I get it.
Yeah, I think.
It's a weird gray area for bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys like hang out like with your friends?
I would-
Go meet up on your bikes.
Yeah, we go meet up in the middle of the neighborhood on that by that.
If
electric
it
pole.
is under the toy umbrella here, it's gonna be a strong competitor.
I have bad experience with bikes. Longest hospital stay for old Nicky because of a bike.
What'd you do?
3 days. Got the bike handlebars stuck in my belly button. They had to take him out in the ambulance. I thought I punctured my pancreas.
What the fuck? Did you not have like a cap, like a rubber cap on your handle?
I did. They got stuck.
So you have an innie.
A big dude. When it happened, I could probably fit 9 quarters in my belly button. Afterwards, it was deep for a long, long time.
That sounds like
Happened
it
in
was
8th
not
grade.
an accident. That sounds.
Kid died. Same exact thing happened to him because we had bike ramps by our house, like dirt, like in the woods. Kid died. Same exact thing. Bailed, fell on his handlebars.
Oh,
Jesus.
Christ, man! You made this
Never
way
riding a
darker than I
bike
wanted
again.
it to be.
Yeah, my mom always reminded me about that. Like there was something I could do to prevent that from happening.
You can't.
Yeah.
Like wear body armor.
A little cork in your belly button.
Yeah.
Jesus. And that's going up against number 5 seed. It's more of an umbrella action figure. Like some of you submitted. I think Klemmer, you had like the baseball one.
Starting lineup.
Starting lineup.
So like does this count He-Man as well?
That's an action figure for sure. But does it count the Jurassic Park dinosaurs? Because that's what I like to play with. And you could like eat the people and pull them out
I
of
think
their
that
stomachs.
counts. It doesn't necessarily need to be a person.
Would a G.I. Joe be an action?
Yeah, Joe definitely counts as
So He-Man is also an action.
He-Man counts
Oh
as
my
an action
god!
figure.
Wow.
This is an umbrella one.
Oh, this is a.
This might be bike.
I don't know how.
Oh, no.
bikes-
Now I feel like bike is unfair because bike is destroying this.
Oh, I disagree.
No, dude. I think I
I'm gonna go action
the wrestlers. I know you had those.
I did, but I would have so much more fun on a bike.
Yeah, but
When I think of toys, all I think of is action figures.
Yeah.
You
Think
did
about
say
if you got gifted a bike or an action figure, you would be so much more excited about the bike.
Yeah.
Oh,
The bikes, that's not a fair thing. Its cost is
This is what
wildly
we're-
different.
I'd rather. I'm not
Yes.
kidding. I'd rather have
I'd
an
rather
action
have a
figure.
bike's cost worth of action figures or
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh
the-
my god. All the
right.
pretend movies. All
right. If bike counts, and it's something like a go-kart count.
a go-kart.
That's not a Toys
It's
R Us.
too rich of a toy.
It is.
What?
Go-kart's not a Toys
That's
R
not a,
Us.
that's not a definition of a toy.
Just decided that.
Yeah, we said like
It has to be so.
I
Okay.
think it's something that you get sold. You can sell.
I
it.
think there's downsides to the bike. Whether I never went out and biked alone.
hurts your butt when you're on it. For
It's your little tuchets.
Downside to an action figure.
there are none.
What's that?
Can't jump a ramp. But this is not even like funny business, but the bike is so much better of a thing.
All right. Well,
I
KB,
agree.
Well,
you
guess
start.
what, motherfucker? That's
Okay.
what we're about to debate.
Okay.
Completely with
It can
KB.
also be as far as like what do you think the best childhood toys is? Like you could factor that into like your decision essentially. So like
I don't know why, like when I'm debating this in my head, my first thing I gauge this with is excitement level Christmas morning.
yes, that's not fair. That's
yeah,
not gonna
that's
be fair.
exactly what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
I think KB is so. I don't even think it's in the same stratosphere.
Doesn't matter what era we're talking about, it's always the bike.
It's always the bike. Although I got the knockoff bikes, which suck.
Did you guys not have fun on bikes?
Did.
Yeah, but like,
Did you put the can on the wheel, get it stuck so it sounded like a motor?
Yes.
Or the flab of cardboard on the.
Card.
Put a
the spoke?
trading card in, like a baseball card in your spoke.
What about go down a hill? Simple as that.
Go down a hill.
Bike is the only time as a kid you can have freedom.
You open Castle
you think it's
Grayskull.
You were an adult on that thing.
Mhm.
You open Castle Grayskull Christmas morning when you're a He-Man kid. That is the greatest thing in the
I don't
world.
know what
Like
any
the,
of
know.
those. A He-Man kid?
yeah, like He-Man was a character in the 80s, and he Skeletor fought from the Castle Grayskull.
You're not helping the argument.
I am.
I sent to KenJac. Pretty much the only toys I ever played with as a kid were action figures. Like when I think of toys, I used to have just bins of action figures.
You would sort
superheroes,
them.
Power Rangers. Yeah, and I would
You
play
wouldn't
with
have
them.
it.
Yeah.
I would have them fight. And I'd make up stories and
Dude,
movies.
This is an
and-
insane first round
You were a
matchup.
fucking only child. Then
I
you
did
were
the same thing.
and that's why.
Yeah, Clem, you're not so bad after all.
Yeah, see? No, action figures were huge. I had Batman action figures. I had them fight the GI Joe
I know what they
guys.
are.
Go to war. Well, he didn't know what He-Man was.
I don't know. Were you an only child?
For 8 years, yeah.
Oh.
I was the oldest. Well, when I was playing,
That's fair.
He was the youngest, actually. It's very sad.
So, KV, your first bike versus action figure.
A bike.
Bike by a mile.
While I don't think it's a toy,
oh,
but
Have some
the fact that it's in here, I've had more fun. I was never able to play alone as a kid. And the only action figure I really had was the Tick. I really liked the Tick. Yeah. And then his sidekick that had like I forget what his but that was it. And I was an only child for 7 years, and I have a younger sister, so
why weren't you able to play alone?
I wasn't good at it. I didn't have the imagination. So I would ask my dad, and he'd be like, "No." And so they would go on like bike rides with me and my parents, and then there were other kids in the neighborhood that would do that. So it's not as strong as everybody's saying. I don't think it'll win, but bike over action figures here.
Bike. By the way, I'm going to note, because of the nature of what we're considering a toy night, we can veto anything that we strongly think is not a toy, because I have about 1 trillion Cheah options to replace it if we need to.
Well, I need to know if there's anything else on this list that are like along the lines of a bike.
Like a mode of transportation, do you mean?
Got anything that's maybe not a toy?
There'll be things, again, that will be debatable, for sure.
Okay, we'll just veto
Bikes
them.
in, bikes the winner.
Well,
I'd borderline veto.
I get
bike.
that you guys don't.
No, I think you're right. I think we should veto bike.
you can veto it if you want, and we can
I
sub
didn't
one
say.
in.
But like,
I think it's
I don't think we
such.
should
Oh,
veto
I
bike.
think it's such a strong.
but is it a toy?
No, I don't think it is.
You get, again, sold at Toys R
I
Us.
don't think it's a
good barometer.
toy.
I think it's.
I mean, Toys R Us probably sells fucking candy too. That doesn't mean candy's a toy.
Well, I mean, if it's a not edible item that you're selling at Toys R Us, then we can consider.
No, because I think Toys R Us, I know we're going to have this hurdle. Toys R Us sells PlayStation. I don't think video game consoles are toys.
A video game console. There is a video.
Yeah, no. Let's put them. Let's put all of it in there. Children's entertainment.
They're all in there.
I put a vote up.
what?
I put a vote up on the bracket social, and it is getting decimated. 100% no.
100% no.
Wow.
No.
How many votes?
I've never seen anything like that.
Oh, I thought I said 20. Only 5 votes so far.
Okay, that's
Well, that's just us in here.
a great sample
Oh,
size.
I'm gonna go vote no.
All right, so we can make the decision now. Do we want to veto bike and sub something else in as the
The
5?
fact that we have people that are thinking an action figure is better than a bike makes me want to keep it in, so it wins.
So it wins.
Prove a point.
So we'll keep in bike.
Yeah, I'm fine
Jay.
with that.
Because I think bike can also lose to
is
some.
is Xbox in?
There is a game consoles are involved in this.
That's impossible.
That's just not a toy.
Oh, is it just game
Is the fucking
console in
TV a
general?
toy?
This is it's
So TV's not sold at Toys R Us. Xbox is.
Xbox is sold at Toys R Us.
You have the whole catalog of Toys R Us.
No, I remember getting video games and console at Toys R Us. Yeah, they actually sneakily would.
Toys R Us sells batteries, Che.
Sure, put batteries on there.
Philly kids love
to
battery.
make-
Yeah, that's a
Favorite toy.
Yeah.
For this one, I had plenty of action figures growing up. Certainly, each of them had its own bit of fun, but you're never going to be able to replicate the fun of going down the hill on a bike. So for that reason, I'm going to go bike.
Another one for bike.
It's action figures. I don't even like bikes that much. I learned to ride it very late, and then
Wait, how late?
Exactly.
like 9. Not that late, but I was definitely
Roughly one.
later than my friends. I was a year or two behind most people in my grade, and I hated riding bikes. Whenever my friends would be, let's go ride bikes. Like, how about we just fucking walk there? I never liked how much it made my butt hurt, and it just was like, where do I put my bike when we get there? It was a logistical nightmare. Action figures, I'd spend hours just, only child. I would occupy myself, no problem, creating all these fake scenarios in my head, playing with action figures. That's to me just the epitome of a toy. Is an action figure is really the epitome of a toy.
They're the most exciting to buy. You look at it like you have to pick at Toys R Us, and you have to
go and get
accessories.
the new,
look at the back.
The new Power Ranger action figures.
I was a
Remember they came out with
Transformers
new
guy.
uniforms.
Ones that turned from animals, though. I had the baboon.
See, you did have action figures.
I'm thinking back. Yeah, it's unlocking. I also had bikes.
I don't know why, but you just said Transformers. You guys ever hear the Transformer, like when they got to vote for a quote in the movie?
Yes.
There was like a thing when the first Transformers movie came out, fans got to vote for a line Optimus Prime would say, and the line they voted to win was, "I'm going to transform into a truck now." And they vetoed it and didn't use it.
I'm voting action figures. My favorite toy, I think, growing up was they had the Superpowers action figures. It had Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. That was like in Series 1. But Series 2, it got more and more obscure. Series 3 was really obscure. But it was so much fun to collect them. Like Tommy said, like, to play with them, I create whole scenarios that had the Justice League of America Fortress there. And this isn't even counting like G.I. Joes, He-Man. So many great action figures. Like I said, Tommy said, the first thing, when you say the word toy, the first thing I think of is action figures. Starting lineup. I mean, there's so many great ones. Action figures.
I really love this He-Man thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
He-Man was such a big deal in the 80s. It's hard
It
to...
was huge.
the appeal of them to you is that they come in a collection.
But no, you can also play... I can play with them for hours. Like, I can't sit in my...
Like, what do you?
How do you play with one for an hour?
No, you have... You like Tommy said, you
Imagination.
create... Yeah, you do like...
Make
almost like you
scenarios.
create whole stories with them.
Yeah, you
I don't
could
do
write like a
G.I. Joes.
movie.
Yeah.
I only do
Make them
things
fuck.
so you can talk about it with other people. It's like golf. You hit a hole in one by yourself. I'm only doing it to talk with other people. If I'm my action figure story, no one else cares about it besides you.
Don't tell anybody else. You're by yourself.
I don't understand.
But who cares? Oh, I rode a bike. Nobody gives a fuck about
Oh,
that.
yeah,
either.
you're riding a bike to go do something with your friends.
You don't always have your friends around when you're an only child.
What is only child?
That's true. You could bring action figures to go. You could play with your friends with action figures. You can't play by yourself with a bike. Well, I guess you could.
can
ride.
definitely play with yourself. I think a bike wins by so much. Like I am firm. I don't think I've ever had an action figure.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I played with them for hours, I think. Star Wars, G.I. Joes. I had a lot, the baseball ones, but it was just like it was when you were bored.
Yeah, didn't you get bored of it fast though?
Oh no.
It might be my favorite toy.
All right.
I think again, part of this when you're voting for this, just consider in your head what you consider to be the best childhood toy. If you don't consider a bike to be a toy, just don't vote for bike.
Did you guys?
Don't think for like what the best thing is. Just think for what the best childhood toy is.
Did your parents make you wear a helmet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not after a certain age.
Didn't even exist back then. No one wore helmets. If you wore a helmet, something might be off with you.
My parents made me wear a helmet, and I remember it was the first time I ever cussed at my parents because I picked the helmet out I wanted. It looked like a top of a human brain.
That's nice.
But when you got it in person, like I saw it in the catalog, we went to get it. My parents said it looked too much like a prolapsed ass or like hemorrhoids. I remember. I could call them. I think it was a hemorrhoid actually, and they made me return it because it looked like an ass.
That was
What
a
did you
thing,
say
though,
to them?
Be cool.
I told them. I said. I didn't
Suck
say
my
fuck.
fucking dick.
No, it was like. I think I said go to hell.
Jesus.
And yeah, it was bad.
I'm looking at them right now. They're pretty cool.
I thought so.
Up. Okay, so bike is going to move on. The next matchup is the number 4 seed, trampoline. Trampoline, I think is awesome.
Yeah. Trampoline is equivalent to a bike.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think that's.
Let's keep them all in. Yeah.
Definitely sold at Toys R Us. And again, it'll come down to when you vote. Think about what you consider a child.
I don't consider it a toy by any means.
I consider those activities. Going on a trampoline,
Going on
riding
a
a bike
trampoline is-
are,
Yeah, you're
are
right.
activities.
What
do you
Are they
consider
toys?
What do you consider a trampoline then?
Do you consider a pool a toy? I put it in the same
There
thing
are
as a
pool-
pool.
there are
It's like
pool toys.
recreation.
There aren't.
Yeah, I don't consider a pool a toy. I consider a trampoline to be a pool.
I think it's a part of it too. Is just the
Well,
childhood.
not
element of it,
literally, but you know.
too, you know what I mean?
Thanks for clearing.
Again, if you don't want trampoline, it'll be off.
I mean, if we're
It was
keeping bike, we
suggested.
might as well keep
No,
trampoline.
bike's more of a toy than trampoline.
Yeah.
Think so?
What's it up against trampoline?
I'm gonna get trampoline in here so quick.
The trampoline is up against. This is your suggestion, Nick. The weird wooden cubes with holes in them on the wire track at every pediatrician waiting room.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a trampoline.
that
sucks.
That beats trampoline.
I never knew what they did.
Well, trampolines are one of the scare. When someone double jumps you on a trampoline, it's terrifying to go on there. But you're also a pussy if you don't go on with your friends.
Neck injury.
And it gets fucking physical on a trampoline when you're with your friends.
I don't know if this is just my experience, but the poorest kids always had trampolines,
Yes.
and they never had the padding.
And they
It was
were
just
padded.
exposed spring.
Yes, and there was always a little
Rust, a little broken.
through it.
Yeah.
Yes, they were always
We all picturing the same.
Yes.
The same type of yard untaken care of.
It's always on a little bit of a hill. So
their grass was always up to your knees.
yeah.
Oh yeah, if that's the trampoline, that's
They've got the
mercy rule.
cheapest basketball hoop you could ever
Oh
buy.
my
pulled up
God,
next
No
to it.
net. No net.
Oh, no. Logan Seidler, poorest kid in our class. He had 2 trampolines side by side.
Yeah, the weeds underneath.
You could jump and the
my God.
grass would stick through. So yeah.
That basketball room, the paint was faded off of the box.
There was like sap all over it for some reason. Like sticky ass.
Yeah.
Summer, winter, fall, spring, doesn't matter.
Oh, they would never bring that thing in the winter. That thing is out all year long.
no.
Basketball hoop has like 2 like concrete like.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's fallen over plenty of
And
times.
the thing is,
It's all
like,
fucked
those
up.
families needed the money, and they would just get trampolines.
There were so many cinder blocks in this backyard. They were just everywhere.
Every time there was a windstorm, it would be like 10 houses down. There it goes.
And to your point about the pool, the trampoline into pool combination,
Oh,
Hey.
classic.
unbelievable.
Shit.
So the trampoline versus the Dr. Cubes, like I don't know what you would call it.
I don't. Those just
When you
blow
said
my
it, I was just
mind
like,
because I don't know how that's like.
I don't know what the point of that is.
Never have.
But I'm fascinated.
I'm so fascinated by them. I always like the designs and the way.
It's for literal toddlers and babies.
I would
They like to
gravitate
just
towards it
move
so
them,
fast.
yeah.
Yeah, but they rock.
I kind of hated them.
They remind you of you're about to go to the doctor.
It was boring.
That's-
It's like, oh, all right, you do it once, and it's like,
Imagine if a waiting room with a fucking trampoline in the middle.
oh my god, yeah, I would be so that's a no-brainer,
Just
right?
all these sick kids jumping around.
So Marty, you go first. The trampoline versus the cubes.
Cubes. I'm so terrified of trampolines. I swear to God, they scare the shit out of me. By yourself, fun as hell.
Yeah.
With other people, I'm always terrified I'm going to fall off. I'm going with the cubes because the
Double
cubes.
jump.
I like a simple concept, and that's exactly
Move
for
the cube
toddlers.
along.
They
the
got
wire.
complex. They got huge.
Very big.
Yeah.
Klemmer.
I think Tommy said it best. Imagine you're in a waiting room. What do you gravitate to? I go to trampoline 100 out of 100 times. Trampoline.
Trampoline.
Yeah, I mean, I do love the cues, but you gotta be the most like I was not a risk taker as a kid, obviously, but my friend had a trampoline, and he had like a clubhouse, and we would jump off the roof of it onto the trampoline, and it's the most dangerous thing I think I've ever done. Like there were so many times where my neck was just so close to like snapping if you land the wrong way. But yeah, I mean, if we're
You
being
land on your
real,
back.
what?
You like land on your back?
Oh, I land on my feet, but you never know.
Sometimes,
I mean,
yeah, you snap back.
sometimes-
Knee buckle.
Yeah. So I'll go trampoline if used safely.
If used safely.
The ones with the net around it. Did the net do anything, or you just kind of like
think it was a
bent
net.
over
The
and fell higher?
net it served its purpose.
No, but that's where people got more crazy because they were like, "Oh, we
Yeah.
can really fuck them up,"
Yeah.
and you go into it and you still hit your ankle on like the side and shit.
Yeah,
It
it's
hurts
still-
to hell.
Gives you a sense of safety that's not real.
Yes.
Basically. I like that though. Cheah.
Now what they're doing is if you have a trampoline, you can get it like in ground basically.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like tunneling out basically a hole for the trampoline to go. So if you do fall off, you're basically not like you're falling onto like level ground. I was never a big trampoline guy. I do think those like cube things are pretty cool.
They're cool.
Yeah. I'll go cube thing.
Let's go, Chase.
This is
Cube
insane.
Nick.
It's without a doubt trampoline. I'm sorry, guys. The feeling. Remember when you were bouncing on it all day, and then you got off, and you felt like you're still on it.
Yeah.
Like towards the end of the day when you're tired, you're just laying on it with your boys.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever go to the trampoline parks?
We didn't have trampoline parks.
I wish I did.
Bro, I went up to Logan Seidler's Rusty 2 trampolines.
Didn't exist.
I just went to one recently, like with younger cousins, and
I
those
think
things
that's
are
what I'm
fucking-
talking about.
Yeah.
I don't think it was around when I was younger, but
Definitely
the
wasn't.
It's called Bouncer.
Sky Zone is-
I would love to
Sky
do
Zone,
that
yeah.
now.
Oh, they're awesome.
It was really fun.
It's exhausting too.
Some of those little bastards like are doing flips and shit. They get nuts there.
Or do like slam ball or one of those.
No, the Mormons
So
are
much fun.
so nice with it on the trampoline.
Yeah, that's booze to them. That's hard. The trampoline is the Mormon Everclear.
Yeah.
It does seem like the brilliant toy that an adult would make for a child to tire them out, because like no toy tires you out faster and quicker than the trampoline for some reason.
Yeah, I think my parents weighed it. It was like, oh, he'll be tired, but he might fucking die.
Yeah. Good trade-off.
Yeah.
KB.
Trampoline, yeah.
Trampoline, no doubt. Next up, we have the number 9 seed, water guns. So super soakers, anything along those nature versus number 8 seed, the castle with the little cannon thing on it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And it fires a little cannonball out.
Yeah.
Got the little
Was
medieval.
the gold knights versus the black
Gold Knights versus Black
having
I'm
trouble
picturing a
picturing
castle. I don't know if it's the one you're talking
It
about.
is.
It was gray. It had the moat.
Yep.
It did have that.
I don't think it was a was
I
it a
don't know if it was
cannon or a
It was like a
catapult? It was a
catapult.
catapult that had these
Yeah.
little gray boulders.
There was like a pirate one version. I think that was a
Oh, I had the
cannon.
pirate version.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Is it a
so-
newer toy?
It's looks
No.
like this. Is it ringing a bell?
Oh, yeah. That
Vaguely.
post dates
Yeah.
Here,
I
let me-
don't think I had that, but I'm sure I've seen it at friends.
Yeah, I think there was a pirate version of it. I think I don't know, but it's the castle toy with the little cannonball in it, or again catapult, whatever you want to call it. And that's so water guns versus that castle. KB.
Water guns, okay. Yeah. It's just the ones that are more fun and active. It's the water gun is better.
Water gun.
We're getting a little activity.
Even though it's
Or
overrated
steamrolling.
for kids, it's overrated. The water gun.
You think so?
Yeah.
It was always underwhelming.
Water
I
gun
think.
stunk.
Is Nerf gun on here as well, or could we put these together?
Nerf gun, I don't think changes anything.
Oh, no, I
Oh, I
like
disagree.
Just
Nerf
elevates
guns,
it.
Nerf wars were nuts.
Incredible.
Yeah,
don't
and also you
have-
could play those inside.
I don't have Nerf gun on here, so we could swap in Nerf gun.
Not
for
even
water gun.
swap.
If-
I would just almost put them. To me, they're more. One's for indoors, one's for outdoors.
Yeah.
The problem with the water gun, sometimes the pressure of the gun would die, like the water
Yeah.
would not even
Time.
reach it, and that was a big problem.
Water gun technology now looks incredible.
Yeah.
We're just too late. We were born too.
You guys had those
guys-
little ones, like the little plastic ones, they were big red or
ones
green,
stunk.
and the pressure would always be like knock out of those really
those
fast.
are-
Oh yeah.
Little, those are never very
You
good.
guys want to have a water gun fight one day?
I don't think it's fun.
Absolutely.
It's not fun. The only joy you can get out of it is just going right up to
Okay.
someone's face and just belting their eye.
Well, that's the thing. Instead of doing a water gun fight, can we ambush someone with water guns?
I still don't think it's that fun.
I think I would have a ton of fun with that. If you had like a
We
super
did it to
soaker.
like Klemmer.
That and water balloons.
Why me? It's fun. It's fun if you
Okay,
do food
like the-
coloring in there.
I'm thinking of the noodle one that
Yeah.
at the pool.
No, I'm thinking.
That one always works well.
That one, yeah.
You
that
pump?
one was-
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
the cylinder noodle.
I think it was the Super Soaker 5000 that was around during our time. The 5000 model.
Super soakers are the coolest, but the pump one from the pool is also very good.
I'm gonna change my answer because I had a lot of fun with I enjoyed myself with the castle.
With the castle? Okay, swapping over the castle. All right, so we're going to include Nerf guns with the water guns or no?
I think we should.
Yeah.
Oh. Never mind.
Wait, it's a question. We'll do.
Yeah.
If Nerf guns isn't on here, I think that we should either add it in or replace. I think more people like Nerf guns than water guns.
What do you think?
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I
Nerf guns are better. Yeah.
like Nerf guns more than water guns. I like both.
Put them together.
What in
Whatever.
castle?
Whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter.
So in Nerf guns, you get everything straight. The fun wasn't hitting somebody; it was knocking down inanimate objects like action
so?
figures.
Oh, I just.
You and my brothers
Like to
pretending
hit
like out of each other.
Pretending like you were a spy.
The only ones I liked were the ones with like the suction cups on the end, and they would stick to
Yeah,
windows.
yeah.
They don't. Those are a thing of the past, are
Those
they
still
not?
exist.
But like having to pick up the bullets was the worst.
Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
were good to chew on, though.
Now they do the balls.
You know what? We should get Frank one.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
we should.
A new,
He's wearing the double Rambo ammo belt,
Pulling a new one out.
burning through them like a like a Tommy gun.
So we'll combine water guns and Nerf. Is the change?
Darren Ruff is fucked.
Yeah, it changes. It's that.
Now it's the water Nerf gun combo. Nick.
Still the castle for me. I always liked pirates and knights. I was always afraid to get hit by stuff like that, and I didn't like being wet. Yeah, and I think it just goes back. Every time I would have a squirt gun battle, I was already wet from like the pool. So I don't get them.
Not as fun.
No, I liked the knights. I liked the toy castle.
Okay, Jay.
Water guns by a lot.
Water and Nerf guns by a lot. Tommy.
I never had the castle, but I appreciated. Like, I wish it was acceptable to have a dollhouse as a little boy. I always found them quite.
I fucking agree. Some of those mansions.
Oh, they were sick.
Well, there's like
Yeah.
play sets
They
that
have-
were-
With the Barbie set with like the groceries
I
and
had
I would,
one. You had one?
supermarket. Those were
I had an older sister,
I would
though.
sneak into my sister's room, play with that, and like, I had a crush on the American Girl doll.
Yeah, it was.
I would
You said
make
it was your first.
I would make a
emotional
night
connection.
out of it. Yeah,
Which one?
I think Felicity.
Oh, Josephine was my girl.
I liked all of them. I thought they were hot.
Terrified me as a
I
child.
was so attracted to them on a human emotional level.
Did you fall in love?
That was my first. I had the same feeling you get now when you have a crush, the butterflies and everything.
They all had elaborate
with these
backstories.
girls. I thought they were perfect.
They had elaborate backstories.
American Girl dolls, right?
Yeah,
They-
full movies. Yeah,
yeah.
remember Kit Kittredge? Are you sure?
Yeah, I like the blonde. That was the blonde one.
Okay. You liked them all.
Creepy.
Yeah. I was younger than them, so it was
Right,
fine.
right.
It was cool.
Oh, it's cool. Okay.
They were the weird ones. They were like creeping on a younger
Swear to
guy.
God, it was cool.
So Tommy,
Well, yeah, I was like, there's one kid in my grade who was like so obviously gay from the jump. Like at 4, he liked the color pink.
before you knew what a gay person was.
No, like well, it was like kindergarten. I was like, oh, my favorite color is pink. It's like, okay, this dude's gay, or so this guy's a little different. Or like, he would bring Barbies in. I remember going to his birthday party at his house, and he had like dollhouse. I was like, this kid's so lucky he's fucking gay. Like he gets to play with dollhouses all the time.
Tommy, you could be gay if you want.
No, I wish, dude.
Your favorite thing is pink drinks. You just
that true?
You just explained
they're
yourself.
delicious.
They are usually.
They are delicious.
me
yeah.
too.
Yeah,
I love them. I actually said I'm
they're
jealous.
the better
that you get them.
alcoholic beverage. And
I'll
I
get an old
prefer-
fashioned.
Like sexually, I prefer guys, but I just at the end of the day, that's a jump I can never make.
You know we'd clown the fuck out of you.
Yeah, that's why I can't be clowned by the boys. So I'll go fucking water guns, Nerf guns.
Water guns 3-1 right now. Clemmer.
Yeah, this castle didn't exist when I was a child, or at least I never saw one. So it has no bearing. I also don't like medieval stuff. I don't like dragons or trolls.
What? Is that a bad time of your life?
Yeah.
When you was a medieval surf, you would be such a good surf in like a medieval movie. Oh my god.
Yeah, so I have no connection at all to any castle. The only castle is like as the aforementioned Castle Grayskull. So I'm gonna go with.
It was very medieval, by the way. I know it was a fan. Like it was
Yeah.
like magic and shit too.
You're right. Yeah,
He-Man, he had a loincloth and a sword. That's
A massive sword.
yeah. His best friend is man at arms. Very
Yeah.
medieval. I know, but for some reason, it's the only medieval that I still enjoyed. Like I hate Lord of the Rings.
What?
Yeah, absolutely.
Medieval times was like one of the best field trips of all.
I never went there.
Oh, it was unbelievable. The
You'd
food
have
there
fun
was
either.
incredible too.
Mhm.
One of the best cookies I've ever had.
Did they have that around here?
Yeah.
Is there a medieval
Right, so
times near here?
Jersey, I think.
Jersey. Yeah.
I would go to that.
Or Jersey.
I've never been.
Oh, you gotta go. You gotta try the mutton.
Yeah. They give you a big old like.
Yeah, you just
It
eat
sounds
it.
great. I would do that. But
Turkey leg.
Yeah.
Leg. Yeah.
You guys agree that you're a trash bag if you get that at like
A
Disney.
water park.
how about at a fair? How
When
about
you're
like
going to like you're at like Six Flags and you're walking around.
They sell
I do
those.
that.
Yeah.
Bro, I
I've
went,
never been to an amusement park like that.
Oh
I
yeah.
went to.
You're a freak.
Of course you would.
No, I'm not.
You too.
At the county fair.
Bro, if you can have
Yeah.
they sell hot dogs and like a legit turkey leg.
Yeah.
If you're picking the turkey,
Oh, turkey
you're
leg.
trash.
10 out of 10.
You'll get a turkey, like just a full turkey leg.
Oh, yeah.
Around.
Oh, dude.
They used
I'm
to
at
sell them in Magic
Sandcastle. I
Kingdom.
remember there was a guy in
They
the
still
water,
do,
the
bro.
lazy river that
Still
pulled
do.
one out of his pocket. Eating the
Water
turkey
parks are
leg in the
disgusting
water.
Places.
No.
Yeah, we always
yeah.
talk about it. It's the
Yeah.
grossest people in the
Yeah.
world.
A lot of fun. though.
Did you
Everybody
go-
has
Much
some
fun.
sort of skin
It's
disease.
it's ironic. Yeah.
Oh, the
Let's
wave
go
pool.
to the shirt.
The wave pool is where you go to shit.
Marty. Marty. Split Splash is like
Split Splash.
ground zero of every disease that's ever existed.
Disgusting.
But an unbelievably fun.
Wave pool is the
fun.
wave pool should
I
be
had
on this.
season
Wave pool's the best toy.
I had season passes.
Yeah, the splash pass.
It was
Yeah, the splash
awesome.
pass.
Yeah, it
How
was
many
so
band-aids do you swallow in a typical wave pool?
Oh, it was like
He
just
washed up on you.
your
It's like,
experienced tragedy, and then right by in for a while.
Dude, that wave pool smelled like tastes like pennies when you get
it's so
water.
bad.
So bad. So Clemmer,
Nerf water gun. I mean,
Nerf and water gun, Marty.
Yeah, I'm a water gun too. I had a water gun fight. My first one with Ryan Lee, and it was in 4th grade, and he had an amazing backyard. And it was just me and him, which sounds a little gay, but yeah, it was good.
No trampoline.
Me hanging out with my friend, it's a little gay.
there's nothing gay about that.
Going with some friend.
You had a friend.
What's sus, bro?
Yeah, I'll be the first to admit I had a best friend.
Oh, water gun to your back.
All right, now we get to go.
That was the straightest thing you could do. Yeah. You fight guns with your boy.
Actually, it could be more straight. Oh shit, that's funny.
All right, now we have a very extensive.
Wait until I tell you what we're doing right now.
It's arguably 6 times more gay than what you were doing with your friend.
Yep.
Okay, so now we have a very extensive Cheah game. There's a lot of options. We couldn't include all of them. I just wanted to bring all these in, especially because Cheah, you had a lot of options.
Sure.
You submitted a lot. We'll start with tetherball. Was your first option?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What is tetherball?
That's
the
when you
volleyball and the
Stick and you hit.
No one has ever played a regulation.
You're see,
I have.
I had tetherball in my backyard growing up. A blast, not a toy. It's like having a basketball hoop.
I only think I ever saw it played in the show Recess. There's a
I mean,
Napoleon Dynamite.
If we're considering trampoline a toy, I think basketball.
Yeah, I think I'm
Also a
cool
toy.
with fuck the word toy.
yeah.
Just think we know what we're debating.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think
All right, yeah.
It might no longer be the actual word definition of the word toy, but again, we kind of worked that out.
what was more fun?
Yeah.
I forgot to submit this when thinking of it, but I would say instead of a basketball hoop, I'd say like an indoor basketball, the mini basketball hoops. Those were
Those are
a
great.
lot of
The
fun.
Nerf
We
ones.
Yeah, doing slam dunks and
Yeah.
Oh,
I fucked up my ankle.
Pop a shot too.
Yeah.
Ooh. Connect 4 you had?
Game.
Game. Guess Who you had?
Game.
The worst
Blue.
board games. The worst board games.
These are all sold at Toys R Us. Yeah.
All
They are. So get in 4, the 3 in a row are Connect 4, Guess Who, and Clue. Then Ball in a Cup. That is definitely, I consider it.
hands down toy.
Yeah. Paddleball, stapled rubber band to a ball. You mean that thing where you just go like...
Punch balloon.
Yeah. Punch balloon.
Those were a blast.
Knock hockey, which I like. That's a great toy.
Oh, knock-hockey was.
What's
unbelievable.
I
knock
don't know what that is.
You never did that?
Little wooden
Knee hockey?
hockey?
No,
That too,
it's
but there
like
was
a
also
wooden
knock-hockey.
A
board,
little red.
and it has. It had like
we didn't have
circles on
that.
it. Too,
Nobody
right?
had that.
It's like double the size of this. On the
Imagine
ground.
air hockey, but it's you have
Little
it's all
red
made of
stick.
wood.
Yeah, and
Red
it's
stick.
smaller.
Yeah.
Why don't we just say air hockey?
And you have like
Okay.
mini hockey sticks.
Yeah, you have
Nobody
these
really
little-
had
that's not going
air
anywhere,
hockey.
so we're not. Yeah.
Wait, this sounds awesome though.
Knock-hockey was unbelievable.
Oh, it was
very
so
fun.
much fun.
Yeah.
It's literally just air hockey made of wood, and you have like 2 red.
Use
plastic
sticks?
pads. Yeah, you have like 2.
Well, they're like hockey sticks.
yeah.
This looks fun.
Yeah, that's
really
Really fun.
You also had air hockey on there. I just realized.
Yep.
Yeah, but I didn't have a rich enough friend that had
Other
that.
low-key.
Oh, you sit on the
dangerous-
ground.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Air hoky's very dangerous.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
If you
that-
because
Hit the puck right, it goes hit you.
when you got a sicko playing and you're
Yeah.
fucking flying that puck.
You know how it, like wobbles in the board. If you hit it when it wobbles, it can go anywhere.
Yep.
All right.
Bubble hockey trumps air hockey every single time. Well, no, I guess it's not competitive. Bubble hockey makes foosball null
I don't even
and
know
void.
what bubble hockey is.
Facts.
It's the hockey arena with the bubble. over top.
amazing.
Oh, okay.
It's almost always like U.S. versus USSR.
Yeah.
How did you get that? You didn't get bubble hockey. We got
Then
a
I said hockey
arena
with
like
the
that.
once he did that, I thought he was like playing hockey with a literal like blowing the bubbles. I was like, what are you talking about? The motion is what did it. Frogger you had on there. Snake on a Nokia phone.
Dude,
Hey, that's a game.
They're all games.
granted, it was awesome. I remember Snake 2. I don't know if that was the one that came on my mom's Nokia.
Next was this is some of Tommy's. The Don't Wake Up Daddy board game.
Yeah, Don't Wake
I
Daddy.
used to play that in college, but like
Great
with the
game.
actual person. Yeah, like we
What
would
is-
Like your dad.
We're sneaking home.
no, like, we would just like we'd go back to the dorms and like try and take my friends, him on the bed into the bathroom.
Oh yeah,
And it's like, don't wake daddy, and if he wakes up, we lose.
What was this toy?
It was like
It was
a
just
board
a
game.
board game.
It was like
Yeah.
a plastic dad sleeping, and I think you had to like hit a button, and he'll shoot
Yeah.
up randomly.
Yeah.
You had the Nutcrackers at Christmas. I would play Survivor with.
Yeah, so my mom would put out nutcrackers at every Christmas, little ones. She put out like 20, and every Christmas, up until I was like maybe 15, I would take 16 of them or 18, depending on the Survivor season I wanted, and I would, in my head, for like 6 hours, sit in my dining room and play a full season of Survivor with them. They'd vote each other out. They'd have challenges.
Every time you talk, things make more sense.
Yeah, and there was one guy, he was a really good player. He won a lot.
Yeah, one of
You have a
them.
name?
He's a really good player.
I know, I could picture it, but I
Yeah.
never named it.
I used to
that would
play-
be weird.
I used to play a Survivor style show with my homies. Remember the things you would get for like
Oh, the
75
little
cents?
homies,
They were
yeah.
the Hispanic men.
What?
Oh,
Little Hispanic
yeah.
men that you buy at like the grocery store out of a vending machine.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
We didn't have this.
Oh yeah, I don't know why I know, but yeah.
I had
know,
so
I know
many.
exactly what he's talking
Yeah, I had so many.
Did you
Yeah.
guys play with like the tech decks?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
I never loved those.
I'm more like the look of them.
I had a
wanted to be
They
good
look
at it.
sick.
Yeah,
I like the idea.
Not really that.
I had a
Watching-
permanent skate park in my storage room in my house.
Yeah, see, like that's sick. Like I say, when you see like your friend doing it, like I want to do it, but it's so hard.
Yeah, I wasn't like dexterous enough in my hands to do
No,
anything
not
like
at all. Stiff hands.
that. After that, you had my notebook. I'd write fake baseball seasons in.
That was another.
All right,
one.
then you're just submitting your imagination.
But those are that to me is
Because I did this.
toys.
If we're doing notebooks with fake brackets and teams and
Yeah.
people, then that would be number,
Yeah, I'd do a
number
whole
one.
full
It's
Yankee
not a
season.
toy though. It's your brain.
I think it's just as much of a toy as a trampoline.
I spent more time doing fake baseball seasons on my notebook.
too. Yeah, I would do the
wasting time
same
debating
thing.
if Notebook is going to make.
That's what I'm saying. If it's
can't buy
based on
that.
enjoyment, the notebook is my number one.
You can't buy. you can't
Yeah,
buy your
notebook
seats.
is very high.
Push it through then, KB. How about
Do you have a notebook filled with a fake country?
Three states: New Plattston, Plattston Island, and Lakeland.
I could see Lakeland being a state.
That was
City,
my like.
right?
I invented it when I was
Florida.
10. I can't change it.
You can't change the name
Do
to
you
it.
know if you had to make?
I know all the
the
cities.
name right now.
You know all the cities
All
in
the
all three of the
yes.
How many cities did you have?
I have so many,
And then
hundreds.
did you have like
Still remember them.
did you do like trade and stuff or like
I can do the top 20 in population order.
do it?
Okay, Carlsberg, Eisenhower, Bostonia, Summerdale, Tiltsville, Winslow, Fulton Beach, Beach City,
You're fucking ridiculous.
fucking Sanderson, Covington Cove, Dennington, Eco Park. Oh, what's next?
I believe you.
You get the
Yeah, we
Yeah.
get the
Northern Plains,
That notebook still exists.
Burgoyne, Boston. Oh, I said Boston.
Said Bostonia.
Yeah.
Still, it was impressive for a fake state.
And what you would like rate?
Would map it
What
out.
would happen? in
Map
the
it
town?
out. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
After that, we have Beyblades. That was one of Nick's.
Oh, Beyblades were sick in the hallway.
What is
Yes.
that? I don't
Well,
know.
I
I
had
know what
I had
that
the bowl.
is.
It was the top. Let it rip. It was the battle tops
You just whoever stays
and
up
metal on the
Oh.
sides.
Yeah. That sounds.
This one's kind of debatable as a toy, but it was submitted on Twitter a lot. Heelys. Heelys were cool to get. I don't know if I'd be like, sure,
Oh.
toy.
I never had them.
You ever go to
loved
Home Depot
Heelys.
with them?
I was a little too old. I had
actually
the ones
did
like
Toys R Us a lot.
it was the shoes that had the really big soles on the bottom. You hit the buttons like you went like this, and four wheels popped out. So you had roller skates.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh shit.
McDonald's toys are on here. Those are like an accessible toy for everybody, I guess, in a way.
I had a specific McDonald's toy that I submitted.
Yeah, what did you say?
Inspector Gadget one. He
Was
got,
Oh,
he got
very
pieces
cool.
of them. He got
Yep.
it was big.
That one was sick.
It was a helicopter one that I had that was very cool.
His hat.
Yeah, but we're just doing fast food toys in general. Though that
Strong.
the thrill of getting a fast food.
So we'll make it. We'll say fast food toy on here.
Oh, that's gonna be a tough one.
After that, you had the proto fleshlight thing. I don't know what'd you call it.
It was the rubber tube that you could only win at like Chuck E. Cheese's.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like,
It's like it
squeeze
was
it.
really hard. It was filled with
Tube.
water.
yeah.
Oh, I know.
It was
I
really
know,
hard
yeah.
to hold.
Oh.
They were perfect to fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think this is it, but this is something that I've always tried to remember what it is. Something similar to that, but there was no hole in the middle. But you would have them in like the bathtub. They were like very rubbery,
Yeah.
cylindrical. I don't know what the fuck they
don't know
were,
what you
but
call
they
it
bring
or-
back like a
I bet you
visceral
they had the
feeling.
hole in the middle.
No, I don't think they did.
I know what he's talking about, but yeah, it's not the same as what we're.
I never understood why they existed. Everybody had one
Yeah.
of those the water plastic tubes, but I don't know.
Sat in my
It's
closet.
hard to. They're hard to hold.
There's something that I don't know why I liked, but you know those things that you could just put in water and watch them grow?
Yeah.
Oh, love those.
Oh,
great.
those were
loved
so cool.
What about the
Love
capsules that had the sponge?
Capsules are sick.
Yes.
Yeah, those were a blast.
Just watching anything grow in your room was like you felt like it was yours.
Fuck yes.
It's like,
You-
wow.
I might get some capsules for tonight.
You a Shrinky Dink guy?
We had them, but I didn't really like them. It was more for girls, like that, and Light Bright is another one that was very popular in the '80s that mostly girls used. But like, you guys could have it, but
I had a
like,
light bright. Didn't like it.
Yeah, like every girl I knew had a Light Bright. Every girl I knew had Shrinkadinks, but
Yeah.
not every guy I knew had them.
You know what I always wanted, and I'm not sure if these infomercials were all for you guys too. The Rainbow Bright thing with the paintbrush that like you let you paint like a rainbow. I didn't like painting,
Yeah.
but I saw that infomercial so many times.
Yeah, I got it. It didn't really work.
Didn't work.
Did not have.
What was it?
Satisfying.
The Rainbow Bright brush. thing.
Arvin's Magic Drawing Board. Yeah, it was my
Yeah.
first time I ever experienced a lie.
yeah, you couldn't erase it. It was really
it was
hard.
horrible.
It sucked.
Bill Cosby had something like that. It was like Picture Pals. It was on Nickelodeon in the '80s, and he would like draw, and he had a special pen. You could buy the pen like mail order.
Oh, okay.
I did. I bought the pen and it didn't work that great.
This was like a black rectangle filled with ooze with like
Yeah.
rainbow paper underneath, and you just moved the ooze, and it didn't work.
After that, we have the Green Army Man. I think one of you said specifically the one with the parachute.
I said the parachute one you threw up in the air. I like
that one was really cool. Although the
They put that
parachute
in the tub.
Why? Why?
I don't know.
I didn't work
I
well.
remember you was in the tub.
It's a
you
one-time
throw it.
use. I realized I think my parents did all of their toy shopping at the Cracker Barrel General Store because all my toys are just kind of fit that mold.
And this is okay. So this is the last one, and this is going to be almost a sub debate in itself. Is where we feel on playing cards. So like Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, stuff like that, because there is like so much shit involved with that.
Like baseball cards too?
It's not like it's not like trading cards where it's like almost like baseball cards. It's more like kinetic.
That's less of a toy than a bike is.
I would agree, but it's just like how do we feel about it? Are we out on?
Love them. But,
I was only Pokemon, and I don't think that's a toy though.
Yeah.
It was a little Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, I agree. I just am like I'm curious.
If you're taking Pokemon, you got to take baseball cards.
Yeah.
And I don't think either are toys.
You don't really play baseball cards. You just
Yeah, you do. All the stats in the back. You create like lineups.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of stuff.
not
you
your
can do.
statement.
you would like make lineups with them?
Oh, all the time. Me and my buddy, we buy 3 packs. Whoever the best team won. Do all sorts of shit with baseball.
And like I went to Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments at
Yeah, I would do
Toys R
Yu-Gi-Oh
Us.
tournaments
Oh, yeah,
as well, and then I would
it
do
was intense.
Pokemon.
I think, given how
I would. I
how
mean,
lenient we've been with
years
the
ago.
term
Yeah,
toy,
they
these
throw them
count.
in.
You think we want to add them in? Okay, so this is all still in the chain. We need
the number one
pick
seats
option.
in this group.
Potentially.
I think.
Wait, what? So yeah, read them.
Fast food
We're
toys.
gonna read them all back again.
All those were picking one.
These are all no. This is all for the 16 seed. This is all for the playing
Holy
game.
Shit.
Tetherball, Connect Four, Guess Who, Clue,
no.
Ball in a Cup, Paddle Ball, Knock Hockey, Air Hockey, Frogger, Snake, Don't Wake Up Daddy, Board Game, the Nutcrackers that you would play Survivor with,
That might be the worst.
Strong.
The worst submission ever.
the Notebook you would write fake baseball seasons
And
in,
KB states.
KB States, Beyblades, Heelys, fast food toys, the fleshlight thing you couldn't hold, the Green Army Man, and we'll say playing cards like
Green Army Man's great.
Green Army
We have
Man.
whole wars.
It was always green versus tan.
never
Right?
did
Was
the
that the
Tan.
other? Yeah.
Tan was the
Yeah,
other
that's
one.
a great 16 seed too.
Yeah. We'll start with you, KB. Which one of these you
I
want?
mean, it's boring, but it's playing cards.
Playing cards? One for the playing cards?
Fast food toys.
Fast food?
I think the enjoyment that got me, you leave that in the car, you find it.
Hmm.
You guys remember McDonald's did? I think they were Little Mermaid toys. Yeah, I think it was Little Mermaid toys, but you could get a gold one. It was like getting a golden ticket, and you would win I forget what you would win, but I got a gold one once, but I never submitted it or anything. Still have it.
It'd be worth millions.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look up what some of the best ones were because I feel like there's so many, but I can't.
Everybody liked the little Beanie Babies. Inspector
the,
Gadget was
They
fantastic.
did video games there for a second.
Yeah.
Like little
Burger
handheld.
King did video games. That's how Rocket League came to be. It was initially like a Burger King game.
I feel like they would do a lot of themes, like if there was a new
Yeah.
movie out.
Yeah.
Always. Yeah, I worked at McDonald's from like 96 to 2000, 99 in that area, and it was a long time.
That's when I was being born.
I took
I was 2.
after high school. I took 2 years off and just kind of like found myself
Yeah, McDonald's.
at McDonald's. Yeah, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was so confused, and I just
Some people backpack through Europe.
I just worked at McDonald's in New Hampshire for 2 years, and I didn't know what I was going to do. I was just kind of confused, and so I worked at McDonald's. But they had a contract with Disney, so every new Disney cartoon like Mulan or whatever would come out, and they were licensed to have these toys.
Hot Wheels was
boxes
always
had
fun
some
because you could
Hot
take the Hot Wheels to the
yep.
tubes of McDonald's.
So they did Hot Wheels. They did Underwater Beanie Babies. I think remember
That was huge.
Is Hot Wheels not on here? Or little?
We'll wait.
Okay,
We'll wait for
just
that.
making sure.
Robots. What are they? Oh, Power Ranger ones. I remember vaguely.
I don't remember
My
those.
friend had one of those.
They did. Burger King did Dragon Ball Z, which was cool.
Fraggle Rock. Nah, it's not for me. I'm not a Fraggle Rock guy.
To me, though, it almost doesn't matter what the toy was. It was the thrill of being on that line, looking. They would have it on the line. They'd have the little tin
Shredding open
container,
that
the
plastic.
clear container, being like, which one of these am I going to get? Sometimes you'd specifically ask the cashier,
Yeah.
can I have this one?
When I was younger, we didn't have like movie license toys. It was always McDonald's figures. So it was always like a chicken nugget, and you could
Hamburglar.
dress them up, or Hamburglar.
Those were fun too. A Fry
Yeah.
Kid.
Yeah, so we have a lot of those. But they were still like you get a toy. It was awesome.
Mhm. The Wizard of Fries.
Yeah.
The OG bracket contenders.
Good God. Then the first
the
winner.
OG.
Yeah. Cheah, where you going?
Knock hockey.
Knock Hockey. I know you guys haven't played it, but it is genuinely very, very fun. Tommy.
I'm going fast food toys too because it to me it's more about the thrill, and that's something that I just totally forgot existed until 10 minutes. I mean, like that's just an experience that I totally forgot.
It's still happening, right? Does McDonald's?
Oh yeah, they do,
still
but
give
obviously
toys?
it's not something.
Yeah,
we've
they do. No, I
experienced.
took
good
my
ones right
nephew
now.
and he got one.
I got Super Mario right now. It's pretty
No
good.
way.
Yeah, pretty good toys.
Wow.
They
Yeah,
don't really do
so-
like playpens anymore because that was a fun time, right?
They still have tubes. They still
they
have
still have
tubes.
They're still around?
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice. I thought they would have shut that down by now. People
They
got
should.
Those
Definitely
plastic
should.
would shred your
those
skin.
are so-
Did Wendy's
Bare
ever
skin.
give toys? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah, I think so.
I think
Didn't
so.
cereal boxes too?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
They always did.
Oh, cereal is the best.
Yeah.
Hollywood ruined that because they would in movies they would get like spy equipment.
Yeah.
And it would be like mixed in with the cereal.
That's how it used to be.
One of my most
Not anymore.
I know.
Eye equipment.
No, you'd have the toy would be in the cereal, and then like in the late '80s, it was done like on the outside of the bag. But I remember being a kid and like digging my hand in and trying to find the toy.
I remember
Yeah,
You just digging your hand in cereal makes me upset.
I was like 4, 5.
It makes me more upset.
one of my most played PC games was I think it was Captain Crunch Crunchberry Adventure. It was a PC game that came in a Captain Crunch box, and it was a terrible game, but I played it so much.
There was one that was just a exact Doom game.
Oh yeah.
But I forget what cereal did that.
Fuck, I need to look that up too.
Wisp? Maybe, or I don't remember.
I got to go Green Army Man. The Happy Meal toy, I felt like it was really fun when you got it, but then 5 minutes later, I forgot I had it. Like it didn't have like a very long lasting shelf life. The Green Army Man, I spent hours doing countless wars.
You always buy more. Me and my brothers like destroyed those things.
Those are awesome.
Melted them, burned them.
Oh yeah, That was the cool thing. Was that
Massive.
even as a little kid, you realized they were kind of disposable, so they got kind of fucked up. You weren't too upset. You could just go buy 100 more.
Exactly. Marty?
I think I'm gonna go with the fast food.
Fast
I
food
like
toy.
because I think you're right. The surprise of it every time, and then when you got the same one, you'd be so fucking pissed. Like when you went 2 days in a row or something like that. So I'm gonna go with that.
All right, so the fast food toy is going up against a juggernaut, number 1 seed. It was the most responded with answer. It's probably the one that bridges the age gap here the most, I would say. It's the Nintendo 64. It was the most replied.
Including game consoles is interesting.
It's again, we've kind of moved on from the toy thing part of this. I feel like at this point,
Does it have to be Nintendo 64? It's not just game consoles as a whole.
This one specifically is going to be Nintendo 64 because it was the most replied with one. And again, I think as far as ages go, it's the most.
How old were you? You're
I mean, I was born 97. I was born in 79. Excuse me. So like, would it come out 97? 98?
probably 90.
98.
Yeah, probably.
So I was about 20 when it came
Well,
out.
I got mine in like 2001.
I was so late.
It
I got
seemed
mine late
new.
as well.
It seemed new.
I never had one.
Mm.
I was like a little too young, I think, for the heyday of
I
Nintendo. By
didn't
the
either.
time I got a game system, it was like the PlayStation 2.
Do you think that's
I had a
the
hand-me-down
one
Super Nintendo.
game console that like still to today people will love it? Like I feel like PS1 just never
No
made
one's
it.
touching that again.
Like
Super Nintendo.
Sega obviously never. I'm saying like Nintendo 94 was like I think was
94, yeah.
was it 64?
Yeah.
Same thing. You got me. Your 97 and 79 thing
No.
fucked me up.
Sorry.
But I don't know. I just feel like today still playing those games. You can.
Very expensive.
It's the reason why every parent calls every game console Nintendo.
Yes.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, that was because the first one was Nintendo,
Just a regular
a
one.
regular Nintendo.
Yeah, fair enough.
So that's what I liked. Nintendo and Super Nintendo. That's what I grew up with.
So
Did you guys ever have a GameCube?
I had a
Huh?
friend that had a game.
I never had one, but a lot of my friends had GameCube. That was a lot of fun.
Super Monkey Ball on the GameCube. I
My
think.
grandma had Sega. That was the oldest one I ever played.
My,
I had an Atari 2600.
I played an Atari once. It was not fun.
It was awesome. That's all we knew.
That's it, yeah.
Before Nintendo, it was Pitfall was awesome on it.
I think I did.
Had a
Like,
joystick and an orange button.
yeah.
All you had.
So Marty, you're first. Nintendo 64 versus the fast food toy.
Yeah, 64.
Again, it goes to like what you consider, I guess, a toy, but we've also moved past toys, so it's so
Wasted
hard.
So much time. on
Again, this is specifically Nintendo 64.
Specifically Nintendo 64.
I'm going 64.
64.
64 was the one with GoldenEye and Mario Kart, like
Yeah.
really great. I gotta go 64. Those games are
Mario
awesome.
Kart's unbelievable.
Great, yeah, it's the greatest version of that Mario Kart.
Yeah. Tommy.
Never was a big video game person. Give me the fast
Are you
food.
guys Mario or Mario?
Mario.
Mario.
I moved past. I used to say Mario and then switched to Mario.
Abandoned.
I go off of what Mario himself said.
He's an idiot. He's an idiot immigrant.
Cheah.
Nintendo 64. I mean, it had so innovative with the basically 3 prongs.
Wasn't innovative. It was pointless.
It was very frustrating.
You need to have 3 hands to be able to use those prongs.
Well, you could choose. You could choose to use the D-pad, or you could
Yeah.
choose to use the directional or the stick. That it had the Rumble Pack on the back.
Mole Pack was cool.
The games were great. GoldenEye, Mario Kart, WCW versus NWO. Really, really good stretch of games. So, yeah, N64 by a lot.
N64 by a lot, Nick.
It is butt fucking the fast food toys. That was like video games. Now you go sit in a dark room, put on headphones, and cuss out somebody. I guess I haven't played a video game in a long time, like online. That was, you plug 4 controllers and you're sitting shoulder to shoulder. That was like a social. That was being social. It was fun. Yeah. Some of my best times are on N64.
N64?
Yeah, nothing compares.
N64. All right, but now we get.
There really is nothing that compares to it.
No,
I guess the PS2 and
PS2 was.
that was a game changer because when the PS2 came out, the graphics were mind blowing.
Incredible.
right, but that's when you started gaming alone.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
There's nothing when you plug in that 4th controller and you sit down for Mario Kart is like.
So much fun.
Always one friend had the bad controller.
Oh, never won. There's always one that fucked up.
There's always one. That's
You
so
give it to the
laggy.
one friend you all make fun of.
Yeah, the analog stick that like lags down. Like,
Why do I
constantly
taste
going
it? Did I eat it a lot? I could taste
No, you could kind of
joystick. I could
you could
picture
put
it
it in
in
your
my
mouth a little
mouth.
bit. Yes, I've done
put it in my mouth.
I didn't
It's like
put
your
joystick in my
version.
mouth.
It's your version of
didn't-
Steve's windowsill, basically.
Didn't taste that bad.
No, I
I
know.
know what you mean. I have the taste in my mouth right now.
Yeah. Why did I must have always put it in my mouth.
It seems like something you'd do. All right, on the other side of the
It's
bracket,
like a nipple almost. It's like it's
the analog
thing.
especially.
Yeah.
We have the 11 seed. We're gonna combine. There's 2 of these. I want to just combine them. Cozy Coop. Combining that. You don't remember Cozy Coop?
No.
It's like a little like yellow and red car that you would like.
Oh yeah.
A yellow and red car.
That had a name.
Cozy Coop.
I still don't know what this is.
calling
that
it
you
that.
would go in yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, the little
Vehicle.
tykes? Oh, I fucking
The red and yellow
Red
one.
and yellow? Oh, I know. Oh, yeah.
What's its name?
Even when you got older, riding that down your hill in your backyard.
That's not a. That's not an app. Called it a cozy
Let's
coop.
call it a cozy coop.
Yeah, dropped it so
Right here on
casual.
Little Tykes,
Yeah.
the Cozy
Oh,
Coop.
every kid had that.
Can you look up? I also remember there being a jaunty
Make sure.
jalopy.
So here, look,
Remember
this
the
is on
jaunty jalopy?
Little
Oh,
Tykes.
yeah. That was
yeah.
the greatest.
It's
was
the Cozy
great.
Coop right there.
This might be my new 1 seed.
This is. So we all remember this, and I combined it with the big wheel.
Oh, wow.
So I figured.
Great toy.
What's the big wheel?
A big wheel.
Oh, if it's
Shining.
the big wheel's a lot better.
I could never get it started.
Wait.
My legs weren't strong enough to get that
big
first
wheel.
rotation.
Well, it's just
Have you seen The Shining?
No.
it's just a big ass wheel. Think about it.
Watch The Shining.
It's like a monster truck that little kids can drive.
No, that's not right. That was a bad.
Yeah.
Bad.
That's what I was
description.
thinking.
Yeah.
No, it's like a
It's like a tricycle with a giant wheel in the front.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So Cheah.
it's like a tricycle, except the front wheel is massive.
Oh, fuck.
Oh yeah.
It was awesome.
All right, so the Cozy Coop / Big Wheel is going up against the number 6 seed, Hot Wheels, and I'm going to specifically include the one that you need the launcher. If it does not have the launcher,
Does this include Matchbox as well?
should we combine Matchbox?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think if we're combining the other
think
toy
so.
car.
Same
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
the toy car with the little launcher and the tracks and all that shit.
Wow.
So that
Around we got Matchbox versus Hot Wheels.
Would this also count? Like, I remember I got this for one Christmas, one of my favorite gifts ever. My dad said he had it as like a kid. It was like you'd build the track, and then there were little. It wasn't Hot Wheels, but it was like a little.
I remember that.
I remember
I
that.
had that. Yeah,
They're
I had
called
that too.
slot cars.
It had like the little needle on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spark.
Yeah, they're called slot
Yes,
cars.
they would spark.
They
Yeah,
were
yeah.
fucking awesome.
I loved those.
You could like build the cars.
Yeah, I had one with like Batman and Robin in the car.
No
together.
kidding.
Yeah.
They were big in the 50s.
I got a lot of pussy.
Really?
Yeah. And then they kind of revitalized them for our
'cause I
I
generation.
just had a figure 8 and the controller was just a trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you do, and you just watch it go around and
Awesome
around. You
toy.
could smell the burning rubber.
Yes.
Yeah.
so the Cozy Coop and Big Wheel versus the Hot Wheel / Matchbox.
The Hot Wheel track with the launcher, like the wheels that would shoot it to go like
battery
around
ones
the loop. Yeah. Oh.
Where you going?
Yeah, I wouldn't even need the track or the launcher to pick the Hot Wheels over the big wheel. Didn't really go straight.
It was hard to
You're
operate.
constantly turning.
hard to use.
Yeah.
But the Cozy Coop, I would put it to like tie a rope on it and put my brother in it, and
Trying
I'd
to
wheel it around
Yeah.
the driveway and just fling him. It was fun. You got hurt
Having
pretty bad.
a younger sibling that had a Cozy Coop when like the Jackass Viva La Bam era, and then
Yeah, you would put the younger sibling or neighbor
yeah.
in that, the youngest one in that, and just
send him down the hill.
You didn't need that
and
era.
send him right down the hill.
We did that in the 80s and 90s too.
Right down the hill.
Oh, yeah.
One for Hot Wheels.
It's for sure Hot Wheels, and that's because that was such a sign of wealth when that was in your birthday party's goodie bag.
Oh.
Yeah.
Great call.
And if you had like,
And I remember
decorations, too.
I got invited to this kid's birthday party, and I didn't think he ever liked me. And the whispers on the street were that he had Hot Wheels in each goodie bag, and everybody had their name on it. So we had predetermined Hot Wheels. People were getting fucking Bugattis and the Batmobile and stuff like that. I got a UPS truck. It was the most devastated and that's when I knew. I was like, yeah, this guy doesn't.
Was it Schilling Rodocker?
Yeah.
He didn't like me either.
Holy shit. Jay.
Yeah, Hot Wheels, super fun with the ramp and stuff like that. You can do tricks and everything. Hot Wheels.
Set up a whole bunch of stuff with it. Good video game too. I don't feel like one of you might have played that. Good PC game.
I'm going with the red and yellow Little Tykes truck. I love that thing. I used
Cozy
to
Coupe.
go around I used to like have my dad pretend like it was the gas station. He'd fill me up. It was like the closest.
Nice.
Poor choice of words.
Here comes the gas station.
You would play Don't Wake Daddy Up or whatever, and also
Come fill me up, Daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, oh, go around my
Imagine
driveway.
Tommy's, Daddy, can you come fill me up?
I'm guessing that was leaded gas.
Gas station.
Yeah.
My cozy coupe needs to get filled up.
I texted my parents earlier and I was like, you're like, I'm doing this podcast later. You guys remember some of my favorite toys as a kid? And then they sent some and they were like, oh, let us know when it comes out. We'll listen to it. And now really hope that they don't listen to it. But no, I love that. And as a kid, I feel like driving was thought to be the coolest thing. Like you couldn't wait to drive, and getting that was the closest thing you got to it. So I'll say the whatever Koopy Cup.
You know what it is.
I really
Confused it
never
with the
heard that.
Rams wide receiver.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Generally,
yeah.
right now, if you said what is the name of it, I don't remember.
Cozy coupe.
Cozy Coupe.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, first off, I think I love like miniature things. So like little cars are awesome. Like I just think it's like I love the detail.
Yeah, the die cast and all that.
I never knew what die cast
I have
meant.
no clue
I knew
still.
it was good.
Oh, it's
I still don't know what it means.
I still have no.
We still haven't mentioned what a lot of us use that track, which is beating the shit out of people.
Yeah.
You get the track and you could like just beat the shit out of like whoever the kid is you don't like, and we'd all.
That's incriminating. You guys can all taste the Hot Wheels, right?
Oh
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone put those in your.
Oh no, I
Pure metal.
Yeah, I could. Oh,
It's like wheel.
gross.
that-
I don't like
bitterness.
Eating metal is horrible.
Clemmer doesn't eat anything inside of something.
Correct.
Like a tortellini.
Or empanada.
Really? Nothing
Yeah.
I
stuffed?
mean, anything
No.
stuffed.
No,
Isn't that crazy?
Gross. It's so
No Hot Pocket?
no.
Ravioli.
Chicken
pot pie?
You want even a burrito?
Absolutely not.
Burrito?
I'll have a calzone, but I have to rip it up and like almost make it like an open face sandwich.
Huh.
What about just a sandwich?
Yes, that's okay because I can see it. You can see the layers.
So taco is okay.
Yeah.
Burrito though.
No, burritos are no.
No. That's crazy.
No, it's actually very sane.
How about... No, I'm with you on one of
Actually,
those,
Marty.
That's the weird one.
The only version of this I'm with you on is Boston cream donut. I don't fuck with that at all.
Oh no, I think they're fantastic.
Here's an exception.
roast me out.
I'll have a jelly donut.
That completely goes against your
Why?
whole point.
That's
I
like
agree.
that's the
I know.
OG stuffed
I
thing.
agree. Maybe because but like I've had it from Dunkin' Donuts so many times, I almost can imagine in my head because I know what it is in there. If that makes any sense?
I can imagine what a fucking ravioli.
I don't know what it's gonna
tastes
taste
Oh, here's
like.
another reason. You know how the jelly donut has a little hole like a butt, and you can kind of see in there. It's like, all right, well,
It does have a jelly butthole.
yeah. So that kind of takes right. So, but yes, the Hot Wheels you can use the track to beat people, and the toys are small. They're awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going Hot Wheels. I just liked racing it, and that one that you pull back and goes back. It's insane. But what was your guys' favorite birthday party spot? Like when your friend had it somewhere.
The Pizza Hut sunroom.
Okay.
Or no, was it Wendy? It was Pizza Hut had a sunroom, but I like Pizza Hut parties.
I loved laser tag.
I was about to say laser tag would have been
Laser
mine.
tag
Yeah.
was like the little pizza party after 2 was always the best, and you get to like see who had the best score.
Yep.
And you talk
I was a
shit about it.
yeah,
I was a
cues are.
birthday party host at a laser tag arena all through high school,
Oh.
and the guns had cheat codes, and I would always pick the nerdiest or fattest kid and make him invincible, and he would win in a landslide.
That's
Very nice.
I like that. That's
beautiful
very
thing.
wholesome.
Unless he was like the bully.
No, I you could tell pretty
knew.
quick because like
Yeah.
before you had to set up for like the pizza party, and the kid would always be like eat alone, or he wouldn't want his parents to leave, and then like you would make him a king.
I
And
love
I would
that.
say the scores. I was like, you didn't get hit, and we gave him a trophy.
I always knew there was a fucking
Yep.
gun that would do that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Did it
Very
every
wholesome.
time.
I don't know
It's the most
why.
wholesome thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
this popped into my head, but White Sox Dave was telling me about he went to Catch Steak one time, and they have an ugly section. They put
Yes.
in the rafters. I was just thinking about. I don't know why that popped into my head.
Yeah, it's those people probably grew up to be in that section.
Yeah.
Catch.
Next to Dave.
All right, next matchup is the 3 versus the 14. The 14, this will be in the bike category, the Razor scooter, but the Razor scooter was one of those items. It was sought after.
Better than bike.
I would think I would agree with you on that. Although it murdered my ankles.
Yes.
Nothing crushed my ankles
Also,
more.
just like very exhausting to
That too.
push the entire time.
Way more exhausting than
I'm not the biggest bike guy. I go bike over Razor scooter.
Same.
Of course.
So that's going up against number 3 seed. This is the other console. I can't really call it as handheld Game Boy.
Oh wow.
Bloodbath.
Lord have
Yeah, this isn't even
mercy.
close.
Oh
It's a
my
murder.
goodness! I love the scooter, but the Game Boy might be the number. The Game Boy might beat the
number 3.
N64 for me.
Yeah, me
Number
too.
3.
Game Boy will pummel.
The Game Boy Color.
So I left it open-ended, but like color or advance to me is
My
the
first
one
was a
thinking.
pocket, so it was still black and white, but it was the small
I'm
one.
trying to. There
That was an
Game Boy
SP.
was Game Boy. Oh yeah, Game
SP.
Boy SP.
SP
Game Boy
flips.
Advance.
Yeah.
Was that a
Advance was the
thing?
wide one.
PSP was.
Yeah, I had that. Nintendo DS. That was a big.
I was
But
too.
yeah,
I
we
never
were too
had
old
one.
for that.
But the appeal of the Game Boy was it didn't make sense technologically though that could happen.
Yes.
Oh,
It was the first.
Oh, when it came out,
Yeah.
it was unbelievable. Like we couldn't believe what we had. It was obviously all we had was it was like Tetris is all we had. It was incredible.
I don't remember what
Complete
Tamagotchi.
mindfuck.
version of the Game Boy I had.
So we'll just sweep Game Boy right on through.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's not even
just
worth it.
knowing you could play a video game like in the car
Yeah.
was
Wow.
Oh my god, incredible.
Which one was backlit? The first backlit one was the SP.
SP.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, because
I had the
I had the extension
patches,
wire
yeah,
thing.
This is the one I-
barely worked.
oh, the
That's
extension light was crazy.
This is the one I had.
Yeah.
This is the
That's
one I
SP.
think
The
of.
old
I had the Game Boy Color that had the light built into the magnifying thing. Do you have the
yes,
magnifying glass in
yes.
front
Yeah,
of
there
your
was a
screen?
wire that you plugged in the top
Yeah.
for the
Oh.
Game Boy Advance I
It would
had.
drain your battery so fast.
what was the Sega one? There was the first one that was
Game
color.
Gear.
Game Gear. That's the first one that was color, and I got that, and that was pretty cool.
I was in my orthodontist office.
I want to play with a Game Boy so fucking
Dude,
bad
I bought
right now.
something called
emulators
a
everywhere,
Pal
yeah.
Kitty, and it's like
Dude, that thing's sick.
I showed it
It's
to you. right?
unbelievable.
It's that orange Game Boy I have by my desk, and has every Game Boy game built in.
That's
It's
sick.
awesome.
It was $90.
Cool.
Wait,
that-
but hold on. What is the device?
It's a game. It's called a Pal Kitty.
I heard about this. It's sick.
And
It's just basically a Game Boy.
It's
Yeah.
built like
Every
it's in a
game
Game Boy
built in.
shell.
It has all the
but
games built
Wow.
in.
it has
Mm.
Game Boy, NES, PlayStation, N64 built in.
Mm-hmm. It's really cool. He showed me it earlier.
Fucking sweet.
Incredible.
So next up, our next match was the 10 seed. I don't like this one at all. I think it stinks. Play-Doh. I don't like Play-Doh.
I ate
Disagree. I like
so much
Play-Doh.
I'm not a Play-Doh
I
guy.
ate a lot too.
Incredible
yeah.
smell.
It's still pretty good.
I was poor enough that my mom made
Salty,
Play-Doh.
but it's very good.
She had to make it for us out of flour and salt. and
Yeah,
something
I had to make
else.
Play-Doh.
Yeah, not fun.
I remember the smell of that.
That's going up against the number 7 seed. I think you had this, Klemmer, the wiffle ball bat combo. When you get it in this, I'm just thinking about it at Toys R Us. It's like the bat and then like a little piece of cardboard at the top
Yep.
with the ball in it.
Best.
And you can get endless hours of enjoyment out of that combination of things. It's just,
Greatest.
I think this is a great matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, who did we end with last time? I lost track thinking about Play-Doh.
It was a sweet.
2 and Rage. It was clean sweep. So we'll start with you, KB, this time. We'll do Play-Doh versus wiffle ball. It's hard.
This is the hardest matchup. of
Because
the
the wiffle ball it relies on at least a few people.
You need people.
But it was more
you could
fun.
play Fungo with
Just-
yourself. I used to go backyard, just throw it up to
Yep.
yourself, hit it.
Keep stats.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, me too.
So sad.
I'd have whole season.
Play a full game.
Yeah.
Two sides of the same coin. There they are.
Yeah, I'm gonna go the wiffle ball.
Wiffle ball. Nick?
I'm gonna go Play-Doh. I could never make contact. I don't think I've ever hit a ball with a wiffle ball bat.
Really?
Come on.
Don't think I ever have.
You have
I played wiffle ball.
That's so sad.
Wow.
Yeah, but like I remember, was there like I really liked a Play-Doh that was like a human mouth, and you would like mold the teeth.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
like,
those one
pick out
gross
the
me out.
teeth. I liked
It's like a
that.
spaghetti press thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was weird as shit.
I didn't like those at all.
Yeah.
I liked Play-Doh. I always immediately mixed the colors though. Would
And it
get
turns
and
brown.
yeah, to make a fucking turd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Cheah?
I hate Play-Doh, especially as a parent. It's the fucking worst because as soon as you take it out, I don't know if anything on the planet appreciates value more than Play-Doh as soon as you open it. Because after 5 minutes, it is almost useless.
Yeah, I guess I've never really thought about the resale.
But it's just like it's for me, it's almost single use. As a parent, I don't play with it.
Because you lose it or what?
Just because they'll play with
Dries
it for like
out.
it'll just dry out.
Yeah, it crumbles
Yeah.
apart.
Get
Yeah.
on like the couch too. Like I just keep them away from the
Find
couch.
it everywhere.
So
right?
cheap though.
They'll break it up in
Yeah.
little parts.
I like the little shot glasses of Play-Doh. Those are always cool to me. Like they come in like a little, like the
Yeah.
smallest
The little
possible
ones,
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
that's what we have.
Yeah.
Dude, if I had Play-Doh right now, I'd be. Oh my
I'll
god.
be molding it.
Mhm.
Molding it big time.
Eat the smell of it too.
Oh.
I kind of remember liking the
Yeah,
smell.
the
love the
wiffle
smell.
ball thing.
Wiffle ball.
Yeah,
There's
it's
also the one wiffle ball that's huge.
Yeah.
That one was fun to
I
have.
don't know about that.
Yeah.
Didn't go as far though.
Yeah, it did not. It was heavy. Tommy.
Yeah, Play-Doh to me, I think I like the idea of more than I think the idea. Oh, I got Play-Doh. Take it out for the first time, kind of like Chase said, and you smell it. It's cool, but after like 5 minutes, the fuck are you gonna do with Play-Doh? Like wiffle ball. Yeah, I mean, I am a little held up on that being a toy, but fair enough. If we're just putting it all
We're way past that.
yeah, we're way past that. I will say I didn't love the yellow bat was too skinny. I usually like getting like this
orange
black
one?
bat.
You see
Orange
the orange
or-
one that with the big barrel was.
Oh, see, that was
Yeah,
too
that was
short
fun.
though.
I think
But
that was
yeah.
just fun.
Yeah, any type of wiffle ball like that.
Remember the bat that had like the clear barrel,
Yeah.
and it was like
In-
made an awesome
I'm-
boom
Oh, yeah.
noise.
I'm dying to play with. One
me
of my
too.
app ideas is like Airbnb, but for wiffle ball. Like if people have a good wiffle ball park, you always knew the kid with the best park for wiffle ball. If you have a great backyard for wiffle ball, let some grown men come over and play wiffle ball at your house.
Oh, I remember this bat now. Yeah. After
What's the app, Tommy? You rent out your yard?
Yeah, and then people, these guys are gonna go play wiffle ball. there.
Tommy, you'd love this. I grew up in a town with a wiffle ball league.
What?
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
I
I-
do love.
I
We had
was
teams.
in
We had
tournaments.
website with stats.
You were like
everything.
as a
That's
kid?
sick.
I was a little older, and I was probably I was in high school, and went to tournament. We're the albino rats. It was an unbelievable, like very serious tournament, and it was awesome.
I would much rather, as an adult, get in like a wiffle ball league than a beer league softball.
Oh
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There was always like the one, like, because you'd have the stack of wiffle balls. There'd always be one broken one.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
You hit it and it just does like a fucking fork, like just
Yeah.
does
Crack.
and
There was
goes
different like,
nowhere.
in these tournaments. There was like fast pitch, or there was like medium pitch, because the fast pitch was like hitting like Randy Johnson.
Like whenever I played wiffle ball with friends, we always had an agreement of like, it was. I think we used to play. You get one fast pitch an inning. So it's like most of the time it's like just don't be a dick. Like you could throw your sliders and stuff, but just one zip it right by you fast.
Our rule was bullshit. It was overhand for guys and then underhand for girls.
Ugh,
and then like the
difference.
girls who played like basketball at like Mount Notre Dame, like all the Catholic girls, like they would just fucking jack it. So like
Yeah, it's fucked up.
when the draft comes around, you're looking for those tall girls from the Catholic schools
Yeah.
to draft.
Clemmer?
Yeah, I mean, wiffle ball might be like number one seed for me. Me and my buddies, we play home run derby every single day in the summer. So we'd all ride our bikes to a friend's house with the best field, and we would just play home run derby until it got dark. Like wiffle ball home run derby is the greatest game ever. I love wiffle ball in a landslide.
Wiffle
Yeah.
ball on the land side? You too,
Yep,
Marty?
Wiffle ball. I told you, Albino Rats was an unbelievable team, and I was a pitcher, and I would throw a ball like this every time, and it was one of the best pitches. Probably no one could ever duplicate it.
The feeling of when you're pitching a gem in a wiffle ball game, it's like you feel like walking off the mound.
When you put a chair
Roger
as the strike
Clemens.
Oh
zone.
yeah, and you.
Oh my
that's fair.
God! You're like
That's what we
I'm-
would do because we had small yards, so we would just play in the middle of the street and we would just put a chair
Yeah.
in the middle of the
That
street.
one, yeah.
Yeah.
But the best part about like actually like the wiffle ball tournaments was there was no running. It was just like you just hit.
Mhm.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Like if you hit it past certain points, it's double, or obviously.
I don't know if I like that. I liked.
Dude, you hit a ground
But yeah, if you don't
ball,
have enough fielders,
it's so hard to throw, like hit a ground ball and throw them out at first. Like
Yeah, you
it's,
can't.
it's so hard.
Yeah, that's another one like the trampoline that is an elite go from that to pool activity. You know what I mean? Like, that's a lot of memories. Now we have the 2 seed versus the 15 seed last matchup. 2 seed is Lego sets. I know I got a lot of, I feel like brains, specifically you three, that would really like Lego sets for many different reasons.
Never
Who
had
are you
them.
pointing to?
KB, Tommy,
Okay.
and Clemmer.
I never had Legos.
I
Never had them.
I had them, never got as into them as you would expect.
I would expect you to be very into
I like them a lot.
Yeah, I'm a big Lego.
We didn't
guy.
have the presets back then, so you just got like a bunch of them. You just had to
Pile.
use your imagination.
I would get too annoyed when they got stuck together, and I had to.
I like when you
get the
keep
tool.
saying back then. I like that.
Well, now like
Oh, I know.
I know they have like which is even cooler. I wish we had. I
fun.
wish we had those when I was a kid.
That's going up against, and this is the last console. It's a play-in. We're doing a play-in because those two, the Nintendo 64 and Game Boy, I feel like had to be in no matter what. But now I'll let you guys pick one to put in. And there's PS2, Super Nintendo, PlayStation, whichever Game Boy we didn't, or we just kind of made a blanket Game Boy. Whatever console you guys want, what do you think is the most one that should be there? I guess
Probably PS2.
PS2 would be the most popular. I would
Or an
say.
Xbox, but
I mean, for me, it's Super Nintendo, but I understand like no one here, maybe besides Cheah, has played that. Really,
I don't think PS2 is very strong.
PS2 is that changed the game though. Like when that came out, like I was an adult, but it was incredible. The hours I spent on the PS2.
You could watch porn on the PSP. That's a
You could watch porn on PSP. My brother did that, and I found out
So.
it was bad. So, what were we thinking? PS2?
I'm fine with that personally. But.
It feels like less of a toy than a Super Nintendo, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Neither of
The
which
games were too serious to be a toy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like,
what is a super? I'm gonna.
GameCube might be more of a toy.
Nintendo was the one right before Nintendo 64.
Was
To me, these are all the
64
same category.
64 when like the game wasn't really working, you had to blow on it.
Yeah, that was the
Cartridge,
last
yeah.
cartridge.
That was the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah.
When you blew on it, it would start working.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
So, what do you think? What would you want? Let's start, KB. Which console?
I guess PS2.
PS2?
Yeah.
PS2?
Yeah, PS2.
Yeah, PS2.
All right.
I'll say Super Nintendo's to be
PS2,
difficult, but it's PS2.
So, we'll make it PS2 versus Lego set. Start with you, Marty.
I'm going PS2 because I was far. I couldn't. I wanted to like Legos because everyone did, and one, obviously it hurts when you step on it on accident, and two, I just could never put a full Lego set together. So and PS2, I mean, just the sports games on there were incredible. So that's I would do so many seasons. I'd be on like 2000. At that time it was 2025. Like holy shit, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But PS2.
PS2?
The PS2 came out when I was already like legally drinking, so like I'm gonna go with Lego.
It's so crazy to
Like-
think about.
Like it's not like PS2 to me isn't a toy. Now if you ask me which one I'd rather have is a PS2, but to me it's not a toy, so I'm gonna go Lego.
That's fair. Tommy?
Yeah, I mean, when I think back to like best Christmas gifts ever, it was when I was maybe 6 or whatever the year is that I got a PS2. It was like the last gift. It was, in the biggest wrapping paper, and it's the number one thing I wanted. I definitely spent a lot more time playing PS2 than Legos, but I wish I was like in Florida a few months ago with a little cousin, and we're making Legos, and I was like, damn, I wish I got more into this as a kid. He was messing mine up. I was getting pretty fucking pissed at him. I was like, let me just build these Legos. I almost was thinking like maybe I'll become an adult Lego. Like there's something satisfying
Very
about
fun to do as an adult.
about just like thinking of a structure and just being like, I'm gonna build this at like
I still get
calming.
jealous of like the Lego store. Like
Yeah.
it looks
Yeah.
cool to be
Yeah.
in there when they make it out of crazy shit, and you're like, I just can't do it.
I gotta take. I don't get Legos like the sets. Like you get the Death Star, then what?
You build it.
Do
Build
kids
it.
play with them?
Building
No,
it
it
is
just
very
looks
fun.
cool. You can play with it maybe if you're a kid. I don't
was
know.
I would
fucked
get
up
the
thing-
sets and then tear them apart, and then you have like all the special pieces that came with the set.
And then you would just do stuff with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was fucked up once, and one of my friends, not one of my good friends, he just finished one, and we destroyed it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Like,
I
the thing
feel
is,
bad
fun to
about
break
it.
in.
You can
Adults
tell I
that
feel
buy
bad
them,
about
they just
it.
build them and then they sit on the shelves.
Yeah.
Depends.
Why wouldn't you just want the actual like really nice model of it?
Well, it's the
100%.
satisfaction of I made
Construction.
this, I built this.
This kid's toy
You followed
that
instructions.
looks like a
I'm
shitty.
surprised you're not more into
Yeah,
me too.
Oh, I like that you're not. I like
yeah,
that.
I'm just being true to myself.
Yeah.
Fun, I think. So you're going with
I'm going PS2 just because as a kid, that definitely is the one I played with more.
Jay?
So I'm trying to look it up. My son got, my parents gave him I don't know how he got into this, but he wanted a Harry Potter Lego thing, like castle for Christmas. So my parents got it for him on Christmas. So I spent my Christmas with a 114-page instruction manual.
I thought you were going to say piece.
That's
Page?
pretty easy, actually.
Page.
114 pieces.
Age.
You got the entirety of Hogwarts?
Basically. And it's for like ages like 6+, so he's like not old enough for it yet. And it's just me like cobbling together every little piece. It was so not fun. Never want to have one of these things. I didn't play with these really growing up, and I understand why, because they suck. Absolutely hate Legos. Anything versus Lego. Lego is easily the last ranked toy that I've heard you mention out of every toy. So
PS2.
that or PlayStation 2. PlayStation.
So if you could build a Lego version of Raymond James Stadium.
Pass.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I think I'll be really about that. Nick.
I remember I got $100 from my grandma the same right before it was my birthday, right before we were driving to Toys R Us to get me a PlayStation 2. And I got to pick out 2 games for it. And I got NBA Street Volume 2 and Kingdom Hearts. 2 for 2.
And that just made your personality.
Crushed. Yes. Crushed. Spider-Man 2, Grand Theft Auto 3. Yeah. I was allowed to have it, which was crazy, but my mom I had to play it on mute.
Was that Crash Bandicoot 2 on that?
Crash Bandicoot was PS2. On PlayStation.
That's PS2, I think.
There was some version of it.
My crazier was NFL Street. You couldn't get on the PlayStation 2.
You could.
No, you
Could? Street and Street Volume 2.
NBA Street, I don't think you could.
So
actually.
I had an
Street Volume 2
Xbox.
you could on PlayStation.
On an Xbox, I couldn't play NFL or NBA Street, or whatever it is.
You had an Xbox?
That was
I had an Xbox.
Kidding.
Ricky
I loved
Williams
Halo.
on the cover, right?
Ricky Williams was on the cover.
Yeah.
I just think of Jeremy Shockey when I think of NFL Street 2.
Yeah.
Which one was the one where you could hire hookers to go to the other team's room?
Oh,
was that
you could give steroids to him.
Yeah, and
when
you
he
give
gets hurt.
steroids.
Yeah, I never had that game. It was
Yeah.
like so.
Who was on the cover of that? Lawrence Taylor?
It was like Brian Bosworth or something.
It was an
Why was it-
awesome
I think
game.
Yeah, it was crazy. I think Lawrence Taylor was involved too. I think you're right about that. Huh.
It's like, do you want steroids or do you want him to heal in 4 weeks? You think I'm
Steroids?
steroids?
And like if you got hurt, you would like go to the sideline and you would have to like do a certain button in order to like get like an injection into your heart to like restart it. It was crazy.
Awesome.
Tony Hawk's Underground 2 on there, and then that was like the start of Guitar Hero.
The
too,
Tony
on
Hawk,
PS2.
yeah.
We
Ratchet
need
and
more
Clank.
football
Ratchet and
games
Clank.
besides Madden. What Madden has done to the NFL video game system is just horrible.
Honestly, same with FIFA.
Disagree.
Same with FIFA, to be frank.
Steve.
Um,
Can't even get a right camera angle on my franchise. Man, as a
Madden's
quarterback,
just
I have to be
updated-
zoomed out to the
Same fucking game every year.
Updated roster.
Do anything
Yeah.
different.
It's a great game. Always will be.
KB,
PS2, yeah.
PS2, no doubt.
For Grand Theft Auto alone.
Oh, such a great
They
game.
don't let me view the standings in my career mode. Tell me how they don't let me view the fucking standings in my career mode.
The bad thing
Such
about PS2 is like it was the first time I would choose that over hanging out with friends.
Yeah, that is the
started,
negative
yeah.
part. Yeah. All right, now we can run through our playoffs. First up, start with UKB. We have the trampoline versus the bike. Neither of which you were hot on.
What are you talking about?
The bike or
I was.
He was hot on the bike. He
Yeah.
just was,
oh, okay. You just, the definition is what hung
It's
you
the
up.
bike. It's the bike.
It's the bike. Nick,
Like first what?
trampoline.
Me tramp.
Give you the tramp. Just did.
Dirt bike?
Motorbike.
Yeah, that you can't with a regular bike. This doesn't really.
Also, this
Yeah,
is a
unless you
podcast.
pretend.
If you did pretend, yeah. I wish I could honestly draft Tommy's imagination in this.
You remember when the bikes came out that had the real fucking fat wheels on them?
Yeah,
Did Harley Davidson make those? Who made?
I don't remember.
I think they were called Stingrays.
That sounds correct. I feel like they always had weird names like
They were like low riders too.
Yeah.
They were, yeah.
Tommy.
I'm not crazy about either of these, but I disliked bikes so much as a kid that I never had a good time. It was always like if I was on a bike, I was being forced to be on a bike because all my friends were riding bikes. I had to go fucking ride the bike too. So I'll go with the trampoline.
Trampoline, Klemmer.
Gotta go bike. The thrill on Christmas morning getting a bike when I was about 8 was huge.
The bike was such a huge part of my childhood. Like, I'm not proud of this, but me and my friends got engulfed by Stomp the Yard.
I would never expect that.
And we would like have three-way calls talking about like our dances. We were called the Bulls. And I remember one of my dances. It was like it was the horse. It was like that.
We were stomping the yard.
Yeah, and we would go to my friend Ryan's house and stomp the yard in his front. And
You would literally stomp the yard.
we didn't even go on like where you could probably hear it, but we were in the front yard, and we like had tryouts for one of my friends, and we cut him too. Like he didn't.
Your friend?
Yeah, shout out Chizzy, but yeah, we cut him. He was not good. And he's been dying to get back in since. We
I'd
still talk
venture to
about it.
guess nobody else has ever used the sentence. Me and my friends were in
Golf. I was trying to think of what that meant. I was like, what the?
Bro,
I think it's either like quicksand or something.
Mind you, you apologize for being gay having a gun back. That this you just let fly off the tongue.
Yeah, and wait, we're debating bicycle.
I would ride my bike to stop the yard practice.
Oh.
I just thought this was a moment you had to get it off your chest. I was like, this has nothing to do with bike.
Oh shit, that does feel good to get out there.
So, bike advances. Marty, you go first. The N64 versus the Nerf/water gun combination.
You know what? I know N64 should win, but I'm going with the Nerf gun because I got a Nerf gun for Christmas every year until like my parents stopped giving gifts.
I've
I was
never
20
had a
years
Nerf
old.
gun.
Like I used to have the one where it was like a machine gun. It was like nonstop, and I love the Nerf gun. So I know it's unpopular, but I'm gonna go with that one.
I don't think I had shit as a kid.
You really didn't. Didn't like Legos. Didn't like anything. You need to like more things.
I just played with couch cushions.
Sounds like you had homemade Play-Doh.
Yeah, homemade Play-Doh and couch cushions,
Too
dude.
picky.
Every day I realize, like hanging out with the people that are like born and raised in New York, how poor I fucking was, dude.
Clemmer.
Damn.
I gotta say too, real quick, you didn't mention one of mine, which is a huge one: cardboard box.
You did put cardboard box,
Which was
and I purposely did not include it.
That makes sense. you
That
know?
was a toy.
that was a great like
yeah.
your parents get a fridge, play the cardboard box.
I tried to submit stick. So
Did.
For this one, I'm gonna go with Nerf. To me, N64 isn't a toy. I think I was just too old. I'm gonna go, and Nerf was so much fun. Yeah,
Only
and
2
so-
votes for Nerf.
Yeah,
Didn't expect this, Tommy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I keep saying this. I wasn't a big fan of either of these because I really just played with action figures in my imagination. But if I had to choose, I'll go Nerf gun because there was more room for imagination there. Like, oh, we're in the fucking CIA and we're going to capture this guy. We got to save him or whatever. I don't know. Being a spy as a kid was the ultimate.
So the Spy Kids, like what was it? What was that brand where you would get like the spy tools for as a kid?
Yeah.
Oh.
It wasn't Spy Kids.
Oh.
Fuck.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, but I can't think of the name.
It was like they give you like spy equipment. They give you like night vision goggles and
Yeah, I
shit.
remember
I remember you could get like the sunglasses with the mirrors so you could look behind you.
Spy toys. What the fuck was that brand?
They sold them with the book fair stuff.
Yes. Fuck. What was that brand? Because I can.
Voice recording pen.
It wasn't Spy Gear. Yeah. There's like some sort of diary thing. I remember. I forget what it was. Fuck. There's like a listening devices. Was it Spy Gear? Doesn't sound right.
No.
The listening device was fucking sick. I
That
remember.
little
was Spy
satellite
Gear.
thing.
It was Spy
Yes,
Gear. It didn't
yes.
sound right, but it is Spy Gear. Just looking at the toys that they
You know, I
had.
used to go do that. I used to go to people's houses and look for listening devices.
Why?
Yeah.
Like look for wires.
Some crazy shit with my dad would just like just bring me and I'd go to like it was like rich people's houses that thought their like wife or husband were cheating on them or whatever, and they would just I would go and I would be like the beep 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 like
Wait, you were just doing your private investing on your own terms?
my dad, yeah,
Oh, that was your dad's job.
I think.
Or dad was just a massive creep.
I mean, he was a
Did
detective.
you ever find
but-
anything?
Yeah, we found one.
Go record
Found
that
one?
later
Yeah.
for me.
Oh
Oh, it was awesome.
Damn.
That is cool.
And
That
then
is really
then
cool.
they wanted me to go to Times Square. I'm sorry, I'm just telling you everything about my life right now. But they wanted me to go to Times Square and see if one of the like Elmos or the Spider-Mans would take a picture with me, and if they asked for money, they would get arrested.
No
Really?
way.
Yeah, so
We
I
used
was
to
a
try to
rat.
buy alcohol as a kid, right?
They asked me to do that too. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I did
bum
that. It was
liquor off.
it was easy money.
Oh yeah, you took the job, huh?
Wait, you were a narc or you were?
Yeah, narc. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Like the gas stations, he would go there. Try
to buy.
That's so
underage.
shitty though.
Yeah.
I got paid like $100 for like an hour.
You probably use that to buy booze.
Yeah.
No,
Now he was in wrestling at the time. You were.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheah. N64 versus Nerf and water guns.
N64. You could play it by yourself. It was so fun. You could play it with friends. N64.
N64. You did give me a list of games with the N64 too. It was
Yep.
like
WCW versus NWO, GoldenEye, Mario Kart. Best.
really
Mercy.
perfect. You ever played Perfect Dark?
Yeah.
I liked Perfect Dark a lot. It was GoldenEye, except I thought it
It was a little bit better than GoldenEye.
yeah. It's a hot take, but it's true. Nick.
N64.
N64.
Yeah, it's going to be really strong for me.
Yeah,
That
come
the catalog was insane. At the time, like it was my real first console. I didn't think any game was bad.
Mm.
Every game was like, oh, this fucking rocks. Oh, this rocks.
Yeah.
Couldn't go wrong.
My uncle got us the PS1 and like we burned like what was it? Toy Story 2 the game was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, couldn't stop
Spyro
me.
was
Stunk.
the
Spyro
on
big
there for me,
PS1
yeah.
game, yeah.
I had a pen pal in Korea, and he was on a military base, and we did a swap. I sent my N64 and all my games for 2 months, and he sent his PS1 and all his games for 2 months.
Ah, that's kind of cool actually.
Yeah.
Good trial.
Those were sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gooch, you're breaking the tie.
This is insane. What?
Wait, what?
N64 and
It's tied.
is tied against.
This side I'll pick Nerf. This side I'll pick N64.
Come on.
Shut
Nerf
up.
boys.
Listen, I didn't. Have,
I would pick the controller alone, just to fuck around.
Just to eat.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't even have an N64. I was a Super Nintendo kid.
Nice.
But I was jealous of every kid that had an N64.
Oh, embrace it.
Yeah. I mean, it's the perfect, like Cheah said, you can play it alone and you can play it with friends. It was the perfect console.
So N64 going to move on versus the bike.
That's a good matchup.
Great matchup.
Yeah, KB, you're first.
The N64.
The N64. Nick?
N64.
N64.
Trying to think about which I would have been more excited to get on Christmas, and I think the N64 wins by a lot.
Yeah. Like there's that famous video of the kid.
Yeah, so
Back
I
to
think
the-
N64.
Can I abstain? I just feel like I don't have a strong enough
Opinion on either.
feeling towards either.
Abstain. Clemmer?
I'll go with bike for the same reasons before. Just N64 is not a toy.
I just never had an N64, but I did love it. That's why it's tough. But I like the bike more, and I know it's still like the N64 is the answer. But for my
But
personal,
no, bike is a good matchup, I think.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Vastly
I-
different
I
thing.
think it's bike.
So we're 3-2 in favor of N64 with the abstain.
Can you ride a
You know
bike?
what? I'll vote bike.
Can you
Well,
ride a
bike? Gooch?
God.
I can't ride a bike.
I've never done a city bike. I've been here for 3
I'll
years now.
never
I'm
do
too
a
afraid.
No, you
Fun.
should. You should never do that.
It's so
exhilarating.
scary. I have to get drunk to do it. Which is,
Not be the
That you
answer.
can get a DUI for. I did not realize.
Oh, I didn't know.
If you had a mayor say their only thing they're going to do is outlaw bikes in New York City, I'd vote for. I don't care what else that guy is.
I would vote for that.
I would vote for that guy every day.
I wouldn't outlaw it, but if you if you go through a red light, death.
No,
Literal, like,
no bikes at all.
All right, yeah.
Bikeless
That
city.
too.
I would outlaw bikers. Or like the people who are like riding the $2,000 bikes with the gear and shit. That I would outlaw.
I think it's crazy we gave them a lane.
Yeah, that.
It's madness.
We
we get our lanes back.
Tommy, you would starve to death.
Yeah, don't all you guys get
What?
like delivery
DoorDash.
every day?
Yeah, that's true.
Unless you are delivering.
So we're tied up. Gooch, N64 versus the bike.
I mean, I'm going to go bike. I am. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go bike.
Go.
Yeah.
So bike wins on that side, and the other side, the Game Boy versus Hot Wheels. KB.
Game Boy.
Wow. I feel like this has been chalky so far. This is a great matchup.
Come on, a game. Come on.
What is it? Game Boy versus
Game Boy versus Hot Wheels.
We're going over to your friend's house that had like all the track pieces, the multiple boosters with like that would
Going over to your friend that had the USB thing where you could connect your Game Boy to his Game Boy.
Yeah.
link cable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome, and I knew how to clone Pokemon.
Ooh, yeah, that was always a good
So I was a valuable asset in the schoolyard. It's got to be Game Boy.
Game Boy, Cheah.
I never had Game Boy, but I know what the fuck time it is. Game Boy.
You never had a Game Boy?
No, I didn't.
How?
A little old, I guess.
Parents never bought one.
Came out in the
No, it wasn't. No, it came out in like 89.
Well, I'm thinking of the iridescent purple one.
Oh,
Yeah, that one's
We,
the
we
best
had the
one.
basic one, but it's still a Game Boy.
I love how that
the
clear
best
purple was
sight.
like the default color for tech back then.
It was
Yeah.
cool, too.
Yeah, it was
This is
sick.
very cool. Tommy?
Yeah, I'll go Game Boy.
When did tech it's now just all black.
They did green too. Like neon green was around
neon
that same,
greens,
yeah.
purples. It went from
Fast
from
food,
that
too.
to
Black and silver.
gray,
Yeah.
and now everything's black.
Yeah.
See, this is technology I see as a toy. The Game Boy is a toy to me, so I'm gonna go Game Boy.
Game Boy's clean sweep.
Game Boy. Not even close for me.
Game Boy wins on that side, and now Marty, the PS2 versus the wiffle ball bat combo.
I mean, that's just.
These are good matches.
It's great matchups because I have both of them are such big parts of my life. These are probably the two biggest ones.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna go with PS2. It's close for me, but
Only
PS2
one vote, Connor.
is
That was a
incredible.
big one. He was a big wiffle ball
It
advocate.
was. I mean,
a swing vote. Yeah.
It was a swing vote,
that's
but I think I
awful.
have to go PS2.
PS2, Clemmer.
Wiffle ball. PS2 isn't a toy.
Yeah, wiffle ball.
Wiffle ball, easy.
Wiffle ball,
Yeah.
easy.
Easy.
EA Sports.
2-2.
PS2.
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 Yeah, see, I knew once we lost Marty, we lost the war.
It's just,
PS2 versus wiffle ball?
I have
a toy.
I have a lot
That's
more.
your debate
I have a
than
lot
me.
better memories playing wiffle ball than PS2.
Me too.
Like hands down.
Me too, because I was
1,000.
addicted. I was morbidly addicted. Didn't
What,
have fun
PS2?
well, I had an Xbox, but I would play PS2. It's the same.
I had better memories playing wiffle ball than PS2. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm saying I have way better memories playing wiffle ball
Yeah.
than PS2.
Fonder
Like
memories.
wiffle ball, like you and your friends, on a summer day playing wiffle
Yeah,
ball
but I think
after
I had
school
more
on a Friday.
I had better memories probably with football. I had more fun playing PS2.
Yeah.
Because
I
I
just-
controlled it.
No.
If I
You
lost,
control wiffle ball.
if I lost, I'd be pissed.
I think it was.
You lost a video game, you're pissed.
Yeah, but I get to restart.
Yeah.
You could just play another game with your friends.
I think if it was easy enough to just play wiffle ball as it was to play PS2, and you're playing wiffle ball as often as you were playing PS2, you probably wouldn't
This
look
is
back
sad.
on it
This-
as happily.
This
This is the
sad.
day America died.
Yeah, that's
this
is
when
a
we
sad. This is
chose
a sad vote.
technology over just
Go play
playing with your
Survivor with
friends,
your
playing with a
fucking.
stick
What'd you
and a
play
ball.
Survivor with?
You should all be ashamed of yourselves.
Go fuck your friends and dance together.
On the yard, Marty.
I have way better memories playing PS2 than wiffle ball, and I like wiffle ball.
That's
PS2,
crazy.
PS2.
I
Oh, it's not crazy. This
I can't-
That's a
it's
sad
such a
childhood.
blowout.
I can't think of a single
Not a blowout.
memory playing PS2.
I played like not even exaggerating, like 30 hours of Madden a week, like my freshman, sophomore, junior year of college. And
It's a full-time job.
It's sad to me.
Yeah,
and we play Madden.
That it
Nonstop.
fills me with sadness.
No, that's. I mean, I used to in
I
college. I
pity
used
you.
to.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
simulate NBA seasons.
2K in college for me.
hours and just like see who won the most championships.
Oh yeah, I do that too. That's fun. But like that's wiffle ball with my buddies is such a great time.
Yeah.
Madden with your buddies.
I was just tweeting about that yesterday. I have 2K 11, 12, 13, and 14. Don't know why. They were basically the same game. But I would do like legit full quarter seasons, play every single game, do a full season. It's disgusting.
The best was 13 being produced by Jay-Z.
Yeah, the Jay-Z one grokked. I have that on the cover, yeah. So KB.
Did you guys make yourself in those games?
Yeah.
Duh.
Still do.
I do that. I just did that for the last time.
I'd make me and my friends.
Do you do your actual height weight?
Yeah, I can't get the weight low enough though.
I do my height weight. I'm a point guard for the Hornets every time.
I'm the quarterback of the Jets right now, and I have a Super Bowl.
Corner?
Quarterback.
Oh,
I'm the
okay.
quarterback of the Jets
Congratulations.
right now.
What's-
I have literally a Super Bowl against the 49ers. Man.
I play. I still have the Madden where you like play.
just stomped.
you play the college, like the college season too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That one or the college game you played your high school season too. Like,
Yeah.
That shit was the best.
MLB the Show. I'm a great starting pitcher.
Have you ever done it though? And like you were like almost like the last pick in the first round. Like you
Yeah.
were so bad.
You just
Like,
weren't going to play. Yeah.
You're like as a backup, you have to restart everything.
Yeah.
I just like to clarify, I am a Giants fan, but so I would have felt bad taking Daniel Jones's job. So it was more realistic in my head to beat out Zach Wilson.
Oh, you choose where you want to play now?
Yeah, and what I do,
Oh, that's lame. You shouldn't do that.
Fuck
It's
you.
not a real thing. They don't get to choose.
you have to. Yes, you do.
You should have let
I was an
Dak-
undrafted free agent.
That's-
I was an undrafted free agent. I
That's
do.
how they do it now.
I do
That's how they do it
franchise
now.
mode, create a player.
Yeah.
I do undrafted.
Oh,
and then I'm the
undrafted.
quarterback.
That's where you cheat. You should just let yourself be drafted.
No, because what if I go to the Chiefs? I'm not going to play for fucking 4 years.
That's the break.
Oh, I want to fucking play Madden.
Not a
But I want to do it
simulation.
realistically, where I could become the quarterback.
You're being a pussy.
Yeah, you are.
I think it'd be funny. You have
Not
to
a real
be the
beater.
backup.
I hit my start at 27 because I always come
Back
out
to
at
Alex Smith.
I always come out at 24 because realistically, what happened is my first 2 years at Fordham, I didn't play. I wasn't playing football
Obviously.
yet on the flag football team, and then I got on, did a couple grad years. It is sad now that I have to go back in time. Like for a while, it was like your character was older than you. Now
Yeah.
we are older than our characters.
Sucks.
Clearly.
Can't imagine what that's like.
Yeah. No, it sucks now. KB, PS2 versus Game Boy.
Oh.
Wow.
Now
Going to the
this
finals versus the bike.
This is sweet.
Too much technology.
This shit's sad.
To go against the bike, it's going to be the old tech versus
is- yeah,
oldest tech, the wheel.
true.
I'm gonna go Game Boy.
I think Game Boy bloodbath blowout route.
You could take it anywhere at a time when that wasn't even close to. There was no second place to that.
Yeah.
Getting to like the restaurant or your grandma's, like
Oh,
you're in the middle of a Pokemon battle, and they're just like, just turn it off. Well, you fucking can't
Yeah.
save.
Yeah, the fact
now.
you couldn't save at one point
Yeah.
was wild.
It was a gamble every time.
Yep.
This is like the equivalent to now, like the parents that give their kids iPad to shut up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Same
Yes.
thing.
The amount of times I've walked into my grandma's 10 minutes later than my parents because I was in the car finishing a battle.
Yep.
I'm having like visceral flashbacks now, like to childhood memories I haven't thought about in like, but yeah, just like what you said is just that feeling of I gotta get past this fucking save point, like just getting so aggravated.
Dude, I saw a GIF the other day online, and it was just like, remember this? And it was somebody playing a Game Boy, but you could only see when you were going under street lights. So it was
Yes,
like filling up the
exactly.
whole car. Yeah.
Yeah,
Need that backlight. Cheah.
No one's arguing the convenience of Game Boys, but when it comes down to memories, better times, PlayStation 2 by a lot.
I'd still say no.
This is Madden versus Tetris in my mind.
No, is more advanced than Tetris, but
Not for all of us.
the Game
Tetris rocks.
It is awesome.
Boy.
It was a great initial.
Might be the
game,
perfect
Game Boy.
game.
Very funny, funny or die skit. I don't know if you've ever seen that. The Tetris one, very good. Tommy.
Yeah, Game Boy. Also, I used to. I think the game. Yeah, I mean, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was one I used to play a lot. I think the convenience factor is huge. It feels more like a toy. You could hold it in your hand.
Colorful.
Yeah.
And one of the Dragon Ball Z's on Game Boy is very fun.
So I remember a time before Game Boy, and we had what called Tiger Electronics.
Yeah.
And do you guys ever have these? Like they were
They had the one
handhelds.
game built in.
And yeah, it was one game, and it was like it was very rudimentary. And then Game Boy comes out, and for that leap in technology, it was like the flip phone to the iPhone. It was that drastic of a leap. The Game Boy changed everything. This is Game Boy, like Nick said, in a route.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I remember these now. I looked up Tiger Electronics. These are very
That's
familiar.
all we had. And that was like a big
It's
deal.
not a route.
It's a route.
Yeah, it is.
It's not PS2.
Game Boy, the PS2 was better. It was more fun and it was cooler. But it was for what the time and what it was, and the fact that you could take it anywhere. That's why it wins.
More of a toy.
It's more of a toy.
Even like sitting next to your friend with a Game Boy was still really
On the
fun,
back of the
too.
bus on the way to
on
a field trip.
Yeah.
You're all just like this the
Oh,
entire
yeah.
time and talking shit was fun. I'm Game Boy as well.
So Game Boy versus Bike. Marty, you go first. Championship round.
Like I think bike is my entire childhood. And I don't even like I will never probably ever go back on a bike ever again.
You don't think you'll ever be on a bike
I
again?
don't think I'll ever sit my ass on a bike again.
I have a tandem bicycle in West Virginia, and it's a blast.
Now that sounds fun.
It goes so fast.
Well, did you go on with a guy?
Yeah, or sometimes alone, which is funny.
That seems. That's the saddest story ever
Like,
told.
imagine pulling up
Forever alone meme.
next to Nick on by a red light and he's just by himself
on a tandem bike. Jesus.
On the
Klemmer?
back seat.
Yeah, enough. There's so much tech in this bracket already. Bike easily, like Marty said. I think they should be outlawed in New York. Hopefully, we'll never go on one again. That would be a successful life choice for me. But as a kid, a bike, awesome.
Going to the beach and renting bikes, great.
Very fun time. Tommy?
What?
Yes.
Oh. Beach towns
I mean,
are
I never did it at
worst
the
towns
beach.
in the world.
I love beach towns.
These sounds are great.
Beach towns are fun and all, but they give too much leeway to the walkers and the bikers.
That's the whole point of them.
Yeah, but when you drive, you're there for 45 minutes to go down the block.
I kind of like it when, like, if you've been to, like, Fire Island where, like, there's no cars. Like, all
That
you do
is
walk.
amazing.
I love it.
Take a little ferry there.
Yeah. No cars, just walking bike.
Oh, that's
Fun.
sick.
That's nice.
Never been to Fire Island?
No, never been.
Really?
Never been
Oh,
to
it's
Fire
right.
Island?
Zero cars.
You love
That sounds like my type of place. I'm going Game Boy here. Look, I know I've been the technology grouch here, but
Literally just went on a tangent about it.
Yeah, what the fuck?
yeah, but I'd never liked going on bikes. I told you, I've just not good memories on bikes. I never thought it was fun.
What happened? Did you
I don't
wreck?
want to talk about. No, I just never. I just preferred walking. I didn't like. I
Didn't want to go in anymore.
We grew up with a lot of hills. Maybe that was why I liked it so much.
Long Island.
did not.
Flat as a
Don't
pancake.
Like
Flat as a
that-
pancake.
Like you can get hurt. You don't.
Yeah,
like
you could
that-
get
don't like
hurt
there's
on
an
a
aspect
bike.
that you can get hurt on anything.
Yeah, and like my friends would go fast and
Yeah,
it
exactly.
started across the streets and like, yeah, where do I put my bike? Do I have to get a fucking lock for the bike? Game Boy, just sit me down, sit me in a car. That's when I think of a Game Boy, I mostly think of being in a car. If I probably had a
think
Yeah,
you're just sick after
boredom
cozy
cure in a
food.
car went from your own body to the Game Boy.
Yeah.
I think you were just sick after the cozy coupe of your dad filling you up. You didn't want to go in another wheeled contraption of any kind.
I'm going Game Boy in a route.
Game Boy.
So Game Boy is certainly revolutionary. We've gone over that. A bike is, for a kid, independence. And I don't think that you can compare that with a handheld system, which certainly is independence for the car ride. But when you get out into real life, when the bus trip is over, when you get to your field trip destination, it's over. The bike is almost permanent independence. You can take it and go whenever you need.
I just got the chills.
Yeah.
Like the feeling of when
Waxy
you're
poetic.
just riding with your boys
Yep.
is one of the coolest feelings in the world, and your mom's not telling you anything.
Yep.
It's the best.
Nick.
Yeah, that really was powerful.
3-1.
Was?
Going up to a friend's and you see all your friends' bikes already out in the
Oh,
front.
it's the best.
Yes.
Eh.
Great.
But
Oh.
I'm going Game Boy. It was I used to hate the car. I used to hate getting in the car rides, the bus, everything. It just fixed everything.
Mm.
It was a cure-all. Recess, I didn't have to go outside anymore.
Yeah, you're pissing Klemmer off. You're making him so sad.
Yeah, it's Game Boy for me.
Game Boy, KB.
Yeah,
it's
it's Game Boy.
wow.
matchup.
Tiebreaker in the
match.
Oh my God.
A lot of pressure.
Listen, there are other modes of transportation out there. There's some on this bracket.
Where?
What do you mean where?
No, you're
Razor
kidding.
scooter.
Razor scooter, you're exhausted. Your leg is dead.
I think
after that.
rollerblades. I had more
Rollerblades.
fun with at the roller rink. It was
Rollerblades.
way more fun than a bike.
I never.
I would
And I'd
never
argue
get on those.
rollerblades.
Stomp in the yard, but you
more
don't
of
want
a
to go on
game.
a
More of a
game
toy.
for you?
Rollerblades are the worst.
Rollerblades more of a toy. I'd argue because you can at least play like hockey. Like
You could race a bike.
there's no replacement. Until the Switch, there was no replacement for the Game Boy. I mean, there's no handheld replacement. There's nothing.
PSP
that
was the only thing
compares.
close, and even then, it wasn't really
No.
the same.
Yeah,
I was a device for porn.
Yeah.
literally just looking
That
up
would be
boob on
the show
Google
on
Images.
that a
So
lot.
yeah, I'm going Game Boy.
Game Boy's going to be the winner of our
deserved.
best toys bracket. That was a good one.
It is battle. It is a little sad where a technology did win.
No,
the toy,
it's
but-
how it should be.
No, I think we
No,
need to
it's-
take a look at society, not us.
Yeah.
If you took West Virginia out of this,
Oh my!
it's a whole different.
You were the
different game.
pinch runner on your wiffle ball.
I was fast. I'll whoop your ass in wiffle ball right now, boy. Go out right
That was
now.
such an insult. That was
That was the
amazing.
meanest thing I've ever heard.
Did you just think of that? Were you waiting?
Let's go outside right now. Anyone Ryan, you're
I held that in for a while.
How about Klemmer just dropping a boy? Your ass in wiffle ball, boy.
Let's go outside right now. Come on, son. Let's go.
I do want to play with you now. Not even against you, with you.
Yeah,
I can see you getting so excited, getting tapped in. Klemmer, let's go.
Holy shit. That's the bracket, episode 61. We'll be back next week with a new topic. Thanks to Marty and
Let
Klemmer for
me
filling
tell
in.
you, I
A lot of fun.
enjoyed the shit out of that. That was
a good episode.
Bracket, a lot of great
Great one.
matchups.
Yeah, a lot of good
matchups.
matchups. Holy shit, that was fun.